scoring 40 or more in 17 of their last 24. Tonight, they play the biggest game in their history, and head coach Jim Sweeney knows it's time to step up. Raycom Sports presents the 1992 Freedom Bowl. Brought to you by Buick and your local Buick dealers. Remember Buick, the new symbol of quality in America. By State Farm Insurance. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there. And by Pizza Hut. Sometimes you gotta stop and smell the pizza. Tonight, the Trojans of Southern California continue to celebrate their 100th anniversary of playing football as Larry Smith takes Troy up against an old friend, Jim Sweeney, and the Fresno State Bulldogs. Now, I've been told the last person out of Fresno did, in fact, turn out the lights. They call it the Red Wave. 25,000 have poured into Anaheim Stadium for this, the 9th Freedom Bowl. Hi, everybody. I'm Phil Stone, along with our old friend Dave Rose. Southern California is so steeped in college football tradition. 8 national championships, 27 trips to the Rose Bowl, and 4 Heisman Trophy winners. Tonight, they'll take on Fresno State. Dave, certainly not by any stretch of the imagination a powerhouse in college football, but a win tonight, they could take a huge step into the big time.
Well, they certainly can, Phil. We're going to see one of the most versatile offenses in college football. We won't only see different formations and variations of that, but we'll see motion. We may see a flea flicker. We may see a fumble rooski. We'll see all types of plays. They even have a throwback to the old Newt Rockne days. It's called T-heavy. It's a formation. They come out in a T formation, 3 backs in the backfield, and an unbalanced line. It's an amazing formation.
And that Fresno State offense is led by a sophomore quarterback, a quarterback that Cal, Stanford, and Oregon said, kid, you can't play Division I quarterback. Boy, has he shown a lot of people wrong. His name is Trent Dilfer. In a word, Dave Rowe, he is awesome.
He certainly is. A lot of people now are comparing Trent Dilfer to Gino Toretta of Miami. He's big at 6'5", 225 pounds. He's got great leadership, a strong arm. He makes great decisions downfield who to throw the football to.
No wonder he makes great decisions. He's got 7 guys who can catch the football. 7, Dave, have caught 15 or more passes.
Oh, and what a team they are. They are a great team of receivers. 7 of those players have also caught a touchdown pass. The team has averaged an amazing 16.6 yards per catch and 9 touchdown catches of 30 yards or more, Phil.
Yeah, more often than not. Offenses are spectacular through the air. But Fresno State, they are equally as good on the ground. They call it, Dave, the 3-back attack.
Well, it's a 3-back attack because it's not 2 starters and a backup. They all 3 play. And between them, they average 208 yards per game.
Southern California was in the hunt for a share of the Pac-10 title until their last league game, a 1-point loss to the Bruins of UCLA. And they, too, like Fresno State, led by a sophomore at quarterback.
Well, that's Rob Johnson, and really, this should be a polished-up year for him, had not Todd Marinovich gone to the NFL. But Johnson is a good-looking prospect. He's big at 6'4", 210 pounds. He's a great competitor. He's got a good completion rate at 58%, but he's had a lot of pressure on him, and he's only a sophomore.
Yeah, if the Trojans have an offensive Achilles heel, it would be this man, Curtis Conway. He is sensational. But, Dave, 75% of SC's huge plays go to this guy.
Well, the big question today for Fresno State is how do you slow him down, because nobody has stopped Conway all year. He is a threat every time he touches the football.
Both Fresno State and the Trojans of Southern California, explosive offenses. When we come back, we'll talk defense. The Freedom Bowl is next.
You make me sparkle. You make me tingle. Even the stars are brighter when I'm with you. And when I surrender to a tasty kiss or 2.
Martini and Rossi Pasti. Make the moment sparkle.
Alka-Seltzer Plus Nighttime. For relief without alcohol, hit the box, not the bottle.
Cool, crisp, clean. Old Spice. It puts the wind in your sails.
Hey, I'm vain. Of course I'm vain. That's why I comb my hair the way I do. I stay in shape the way I do. That's why I use Power Stick.
50% more wetness and odor fighters per stroke. Power Stick by Fabergé. Power that won't let you down.
I told you I was vain.
Anaheim Stadium a moment ago was as dry as a bone, but the skies above are already beginning to leak. And that is a bit apropos, Dave, because so too will these defenses. The Trojans and the Bulldogs, boy, they give up a lot of points and a ton of yards.
Well, Phil, both these defenses give up a lot of yards, but it's not the same. In the WAC conference, they think offense. The names like McMahon, Young, Detmer, McGuire, and, of course, Marshall Faulk. But in the Pac-10, they play tough defense, as evidenced by the fact that 7 of the Pac-10 teams were in the top 25 defenses in the nation.
USC seems to always have a defensive gem. You remember Ronnie Lott. How about Chip Banks, Mark Carrier, and Junior Seau, the great inside linebacker for the San Diego Chargers. And this year, that gem sparkles just as bright as ever, number 55.
And number 55 is Willie McGinnis, and he is quite a football player. If I was to build a defensive player, he would be my model. He's big at 6'6", 240 pounds. He's got great strength, excellent speed. He's got those long arms that he uses for leverage, and he is just an awesome football player. He plays with great desire and great intensity.
We've talked offense, we've talked defense. The only thing left to do is kick it away, and we'll do that after these messages from your local station. This is the Raycom Network.
Presenting another energy-saving idea. On sunny days, open blinds and drapes to let the winter's sun help warm your home.
Alan Hunter here talking cars. A new one. How exciting. Shopping for one, what a drag. I mean, it's not like looking for shoes. With a car, you feel scared you'll be coerced into buying the first one you see from the first dealership you go to. Well, at any Sarah dealership, that is not the case because the good folks there want you to come in, get a written quote, and then take off and go shopping. Shop till you drop. When you're ready, you'll know it. No pressure. A lot of makes, a lot of locations, no hassle. Sarah.
But the forecast is for rain on and off, and just when we said hello, the skies began to leak. Fresno State won the toss. They will receive. It is Michael Ross and Anthony Daigle, number 1, 2, respectively. And to kick it away for Southern California, a 6'2" sophomore by the name of Cole Ford out of Tucson, Arizona. Ford has got a leg. He can flat out boot it, and he got into this one. It'll back Ross up 4 yards deep, but he'll go down on a knee. Fresno State will have it at their own 20-yard line. And the man who will lead them tonight, there he is. Number 12, Trent Dilfer, a sophomore from Aptos, California. And what a tremendous, a bevy of offensive talent he has. Neil Rivers, the running back, Sebron, his best receiver, Titus Winans, and Marty Thompson. Question is, can this offensive line that played so well in the Western Athletic Conference, can they contain a packed-in defense the likes of Southern California? First down at the 20. Play action. Flags are flying all over the place. I believe it'll be illegal motion against the Bulldogs of Fresno State.
Well, they've got to have a lot of butterflies in the stomachs of those Fresno State players. But if I'm Jim Sweeney, I want to open up on offense.
Why do you say that, Dave?
Well, I say that because you get out there, you get a little bit of hit. The quarterback doesn't have to sit and watch for 2 or 3 series. He just gets out there, throws the football, takes a little bump. They get into their flow, and they start forgetting about the fact that they're playing USC.
It is first down and 15. The ball now at the 15-yard line. Dilfer, 3-step drop, shoots it out to the right side, and out of bounds it goes. Gerald Henry on the cover, the attempted receiver. Malcolm Sebring, the junior wideout out of Sacramento, California. Southern California defensively, they play the 3-4, led by David Webb. We'll be talking about him all evening long. And that linebacking core, Willie McGinnis, number 55, he will be in that Fresno State backfield all night long. And the secondary, it's a good one, led by senior strong safety Stephon Pace. Second down and 15. Dilfer with time, now releases. It is caught out at the 20. And they didn't get a lot. Ron Rivers out of the backfield made the catch. He ran right into the arms of Brian Williams. The gain is about 6. It'll be third down and a long 9.
And Phil, one of the things that Dilfer's got to do is stay in that pocket and step up, just like he did on that last play. Not get flushed out of that pocket, not try to run. Stay in there and hang tight. Stay with your offensive call.
Boy, a heavy shower now falling over Southern California. Third down and 9 from the shotgun. Dilfer steps up, looking long, now shoots it to the near side. It is caught. Lorenzo Neal, the fullback, takes it out across the 30, and it's a first down for Fresno State.
And did you see the time that Dilfer had to stand back in that pocket? Stayed in there. He was really calm. Looked off. Watch the amount of time. They push him out wide. He steps up, looks downfield. The last minute, he dumps it off, and they pick up 13 yards in the first down. Of course, Dilfer did get hit at the tail end. McGinnis gave him a little push in the back to say, hey, I'm back out here. You're going to see a lot of me. My number's 55.
Double wideouts to the top of your screen. Now the Dogs shifting to the eye. Dilfer at quarterback, first down. Second man through. It's the tailback. And oh, does he have running room? Rivers out across the 46. A flag is down back at the 33. Jason Sehorn, the junior college transfer from Mount Shasta Community College, finally brought him down.
And Phil, that most likely is someone in the neutral zone lining up.
It's against Southern California. They'll decline the penalty.
Down on the field.
Offsides, defense, decline, first down.
I used to hate those quick poppers like that when I used to play football. They're the hardest one because the defensive lineman gets in there and really can't shed the block before the back is already through the hole.
Wide to the right is Lee Harris. In the slot is Charlie Jones. Give to the right side. It is Ron Rivers, and he'll move it across the 47 near the 48. The gain is 1. Gerald Henry, the left corner, moves up to make the tackle. This Southern California defense, well, they gave up a lot of yards and a lot of points this year, Dave. They are an opportunistic defense. They forced 16 fumbles this year, and they recorded 52. That is not a typo, 52 sacks.
That was amazing. Plus, they had 95 tackles behind the line of scrimmage for losses. These are some amazing statistics.
Again, the Bulldogs shift into the eye. Second down and 8. Daigle moves it to the midfield stripe. The gain is 2, possibly 3. It is David Webb on the stop. David Webb wears number 44. He is an interesting character to watch. If we can get a shot of him when he turns around, usually every game I saw him play this year, he had his face painted black like the Lone Ranger with grease paint. He has eschewed the grease paint tonight.
It may have washed off in all this rain.
Third down and 6. The ball resting at the 50-yard line. Fresno State's first possession of this 9th Freedom Bowl from Anaheim, California. Draw play. Lorenzo Neal. He gets to the line of scrimmage, and Willie McGinnis takes him down.
That was an interesting call. Go to a quick draw on a blitz, and they plugged every hole. McGinnis in there. They have to give the football up, but they have got Fresno State has got to have a lot of confidence because they were able to move that ball about 30 yards out to midfield. So the Butterflies are gone.
From the midfield stripe, the Bulldogs will have to give the football up. It is Derek Mahoney, a junior punter out of Fountain Valley, California, just about 10 miles from here. And he is going to let it fly, and back at the 10-yard line is Curtis Conway, and make no mistake about it, Mahoney's going to put this one out of bounds. They do not want Conway to get it. Wait a minute, he puts it down the middle of the field. Little pooch punt, and oh, did he do it nicely? Dead at the 7-yard line. A 43-yard punt for Derek Mahoney. He came in averaging 41. With 11:09 to play in the first quarter, the Trojans will have the football.
Well, I'm going out west down on the coast, 'cause the Disneyland thrills are really the most. To the beach and the sand, feel the magic Disneyland. Take a roll, take a ride to a place that's all right. Disneyland is the heart of the fun in the warm California sun.
USC Reservations, how can I help you?
Hi, who are you?
2 to Washington, please. After you.
Yours, sir.
Thanks.
You're traveling light?
Did you have fun flying?
Yeah. You enjoy your flight with USC.
Now boarding to Orlando.
Thank you for flying on US Air.
You'll hear one word again and again from the people of U.S. Air.
What's better for you?
For one very good reason.
Everything we do.
Do it. You go to gate 10.
Thanks very much.
Serious times demand serious men.
Hard work is the reward for hard work.
Tenacity, gumption, discipline.
Sometimes you've got to stop and smell the pizza.
11:09 to play in the first period. Fresno State kept the football for the first 4 minutes of this 9th annual Freedom Bowl, and now it belongs to the Trojans of Southern California. Their first possession, and they'll begin from the I. Rob Johnson is the quarterback. The setbacks, Mahoney and Creighton. Estris Creighton across the left side. He is out to the 17-yard line, near a first down, a gain of 9, possibly 10. Gene Smith, the rover back, brought him down. There's that SC offense. Mahoney, a senior fullback, and Estris Creighton, a senior tailback, were announced as late starters about a half hour ago. The offensive line, it's a big one, but they sorely miss a man by the name of Boselli. Tony Boselli out at left tackle with a severely injured ankle. Again from the I on 1st and 10. Across the 23. Again, it is Estris Creighton. He runs into Nick Surface, and there you see Surface. He is the right end. Zach Ricks, he's the nose guard, a senior. Started all 4 years, led the team in tackles with 125. The linebacking core. First time this year, Earl Oliver will be a linebacker. He is normally the left defensive end. In the secondary, it is keyed by Sam Watson and James Burton. Burton with 15 deflections and 3 picks this year. Rob Johnson audibilizing now. Mahoney can't hear the call. He steps up. Now Creighton shifts into the pro set. Johnson, flags are everywhere. It'll be against Southern California, and it could be delay of game. I believe the clock expired. There is Larry Smith. A lot written, a lot said about that man's future at Southern California. This is his 6th season. You look at those numbers. He's been to 3 Rose Bowls, the John Hancock Bowl 2 years ago, and the Freedom Bowl this year. Only one time in 6 years has he missed postseason play, and already there are folks around Southern California that are saying not good enough.
Yeah, that's 2 games that come to mind every year. That's UCLA, hometown rival, and of course Notre Dame.
2nd down and 9. Johnson, all the time in the world, shoots it out to the left side. And is it caught? The officials say no, it was not caught. Trapped by Johnny Morton. Out at the 27-yard line. Coverage by the corner James Burton and the nickelback Tommy Jones.
We can watch that football bounce here on the ground. See, it hits the ground and comes up. That's a trap. Excellent call. Big series here. Big down. 3rd down and 10. Both for USC because they need that first down yardage. But for Fresno State, if they can hold them, they're going to get the ball back somewhere near midfield.
Well, Fresno State hadn't held a lot of people, Dave, this year. They are 98 in the NCAA statistics in total defense, allowing 427 yards a game. Wide to the left is Conway. In the slot, Johnny Morton. SC out of the shotgun. Conway running a fly. Johnson right over the center. It is caught at the 35, and it can't hold it. Estris Creighton, the tailback out of the backfield, had his hands on it. And the Turk jarred it loose. The Trojans will have to kick it away.
Well, I don't know how Creighton didn't hold on to this football. There he is, 23. It hits him right in the hands. He just, when it came down, both his elbows hit on the ground. The ball just popped right out.
John Stonehouse, number 8. He is a true freshman. His brother kicks for Stanford. He's going to punt it away out of Pasadena, California. This is a tremendous punt coverage team. Charlie Jones and Malcolm Sebron are back for Fresno State. And Stonehouse with no pressure end over end. Line drive taken at the 45. Charlie Jones brings it back to the midfield stripe. A 37-yard punt from Stonehouse. A 7-yard return by Jones. When we come back, the Bulldogs will have it at the 50-yard line.
The Buick LeSabre, Family Circle Magazine's domestic family car of the year. LeSabre won by finishing first in important family categories like value, comfort, dealer satisfaction, performance, safety, style, and of course, dependability. Buick LeSabre, a welcome addition to the American family.
Why settle for average protection against razor irritation when Edge gives you the best? Edge Gel. Ultimate closeness, ultimate comfort. That's the Edge.
The world's first dynamo was invented by Werner Siemens in 1866. It began the revolution that brought electricity to everyone. That was then. This is now. The generation, distribution, and control of energy are at the heart of Siemens today, where you work, live, and play. And with 35,000 people at work nationwide, Siemens is leading the way into the next century. Siemens, precision thinking.
Everybody wants a battery that goes the distance, but you never know when they're about to run out of gas. Only Duracell has the Copper Top Battery Tester, so you can be sure your batteries will keep going down the road. You can't top the Copper Top.
Since 1985, Fresno State has been the winningest big-time football team in the West. Accommodations arranged through the Waldorf Astoria, completely restored to its original Art Deco grandeur. The Waldorf Astoria, there's only one. Now you look at the Southern California Defensive Brain Trust as they talk things over. And here comes the Bulldogs of Fresno State. The ball spotted at the SC 48-yard line. 1st and 10, Bulldogs. Trent Dilfer, the sophomore at quarterback. There's the draw. It is Lorenzo Neal, and he's got it. Still on his feet, spins to the 40-yard line, a gain of 8. Jones, the defensive guard, a junior out of Houston, Texas, on the tackle.
That's a good lead draw. Good pickup block there by Rivers to pick up the linebacker. Then just keep those feet churning, pick up that extra yardage. 2nd down and 1. Now we'll see what kind of gambler Dilfer is. 2nd down and 1 is almost a sure pass down.
Now this is when they like to run that T-heavy formation. We're not going to see it here as they're in the split back set. Wide to the left is Michael Jones. In the slot is Charlie Jones. Little counter to the 33-yard line. Boy, nothing fancy at all. Ron Rivers got the job done, a 1st down.
And Phil, the great equalizer in this football game is rain. And you can't be as explosive and as versatile on offense as you normally could. On a dry field, he'd have brought that football down and thrown it. But now they just want to control the line of scrimmage. You see the rain, it comes down harder and harder. Started off, then all of a sudden it stopped. Now it's coming back down hard.
Wide to the right is Lee Harris. In the slot, it is Michael Ross to the right. Play action. Dilfer looking for his tight end. Sends it out to the right side. It is caught. Lorenzo Neal carries it to the 24-yard line.
Boy, credit Neal on a great move once he catches the football. He's the safety valve out in the flat. Dilfer looks downfield. There's nothing there. Now just dump it out in the flat and watch the move that Neal puts on. Plant, get back to the inside, then pick up that positive yardage.
Lorenzo Neal, no neck, 6 foot, 225 pounds. 85 of those pounds has to be from the neck up. It's second down and 1 at the 23-yard line. That's Neal again. It'll be close to the first down. Terry McDaniels, along with Mike Hins and Jason Ewell, combined to bring him down.
It was interesting that time when Dilfer handed the football off. He came out on a bootleg action and checked the backside protection to see if there was someone covering him.
They'll stop the clock with 7:05 to play in the first quarter. You look at Fresno in the first quarter here in 1992. I asked Larry Smith if he checked these numbers at a luncheon yesterday. He said we are very well aware what the Bulldogs do in the first period.
That is incredible. That's just the first quarter. 188 to 66.
They got the first down. They'll spot it at the 22-yard line of Southern California.
I know a lot of college teams probably didn't score 188 points the entire year.
Yeah, that's a good point. Checking into the ball game, the number 1 wide receiver in Bulldog country, Malcolm Sebron. He's a junior from Sacramento. He is wide to the left, along with Winans. The give straight ahead, and he's not going to get much. Willie McGinnis. Now, there is no match. Willie McGinnis at 6'6", 240 pounds. Picks up a 5'9" tailback and wrestles him down.
Well, a sign of a good linebacker is don't get knocked off your feet. See that balance? Takes the lead blocker, knocks him down, doesn't lose his feet, moves to the football. It's hard to believe he had 15 sacks this year.
Out of Long Beach Poly, the same school that turned out so many great pro basketball, football players, including Gene Washington. Trent Dilfer audibilizing on second down and 11. And now flags are flying, and they're going to get called for too much time.
And that's a mistake on Dilfer's part. That's an inexperienced mistake. You have got to look up in the end zone at that 25-second clock. What you do is you just burn a timeout, waste a timeout in that situation. But don't give up 5 yards, especially when you're down almost to the 20-yard line.
Well, there is Jim Sweeney, his 15th year at Fresno State. Now, instead of second down and 11 at the 23, it'll be second down and 16. The ball at the 28-yard line. Looking for Thompson, his tight end, and he's got him. Marty Thompson. He did not figure in this Bulldog offense a lot this year, but in his career, Marty Thompson, 66 career grabs. That is number 67.
And this is not an easy pass. When you've got a receiver running away from you, and you've got to throw it in that pocket and not throw it too far where it carries him out of bounds, so you allow him to turn up and pick up that yardage. That's an excellent throw.
So the tight end will trot out. It is now third down and 8. The ball is at the 20-yard line. Fresno State in the red zone this year. They have been incredible. I don't know of any other team in Division I that has the numbers that this offense has compiled. We'll tell you about it in a moment. Third down and 8. Dilfer looking in zone. Throws. It is incomplete at the 4-yard line. Intended for Charlie Jones, the redshirt freshman from Lemoore, California.
Dilfer, I love the way he stays in that pocket. You can see him take his hands, kind of throw his hand away because he realized he let the ball float a little bit too much, but he is just staying in that pocket.
Now there's the red zone numbers I talked about. When they get to the opponent's 20-yard line or beyond, look at that, 89% effectiveness. Absolutely incredible. Eric Mahoney, he is 10 of 11 this year. He led the WAC in percentage. High snap, it goes down. It is blocked. Taken at the 6-yard line by Stephon Pace. Pace takes it out of bounds at the 13-yard line. I believe Jason Oliver is the guy who got his hand on it. Pace took it out of mid-ear, and the Trojans will have it at the 13 when we come back. 5:17 to play in the opening quarter.
Mark and Rennie and little Lindsay are a young family just starting out. They don't have a lot of money for life insurance. I'm their State Farm agent, Gaylord Mooseman. Instead of giving Mark and Rennie a big life insurance sales talk, I did a lot of listening. And we came up with a plan that's going to work for their budget and little Lindsay's future, too. State Farm agents are good listeners because we want you to have life insurance you can live with.
State Farm sells life insurance.
With each new day, you find a way to be your best.
Gillette Sensor for the closest, safest shave ever.
You know you gotta be a little better than the rest.
Only Gillette Sensor has spring-mounted twin blades that sense and adjust to every detail of every face. Gillette Sensor, when you're the best, there's no feeling like it.
Gillette, the best the men can get.
On Southwest Airlines, friends fly free for business, too. For example, if Dunn buys a ticket, Bradstreet flies free. Buy one round-trip ticket at Southwest Airlines' regular low unrestricted fare, and your friend flies with you, free. So if Bausch buys a ticket, Lom flies free. Or if Ben buys a ticket, Jerry flies free. Friends fly free for business. Only on Southwest Airlines, just plain smart.
And Bill, one of the interesting things on that kick was how deep Mahoney was back off the ball. He was about 3 yards back off the ball. It was a high snap. But look how much time it takes him to get forward. Most kickers only kick that ball from about a step and a half. 1, 2, 3 steps. That allows Oliver to come all the way around the outside.
That is the 12th time Southern California has blocked a kick in Larry Smith's 6-year tenure. Estris Creighton, the senior tailback, trips out across the 21 to the 22.
Bill, it'll be interesting to see how the emotional letdown of having that kick blocked affects Fresno State. They had come in there, they had stopped them deep, they got the football back, moved it down in 4 down territory, had a sure 3 points they felt, and then to have that ball blocked. Now USC, let's see how they react to that block.
Second down and 1. First guy, that is Mike Moondog Mooney, a senior from Temple City, California.
Well, Bill, we've talked a lot about Zach Ricks and his 125 tackles. There he is, 95. He actually takes himself out of the play, trying to play across the face of the center. You've got to hold in there tough. I thought that was just an incredible statistic. 125 tackles from the nose position.
Well, he's playing in his 34th consecutive game for Fresno State, and that's something for a nose guard. Creighton picks his way out across the 38. Another first down for Southern California. He runs right into the arms of free safety Johnny Johnson.
Well, one of the reasons that Larry Smith may have picked on Creighton to start is because he's a much nimbler back there. He's not as strong as Strother up front or Bender, but he is more of a nimble type of player. See him make that quick adjustment back to the weak side now. Get through the hole, little quick shutter feet. And he's got 4 carries already for 36 yards.
Yeah, that's an amazing number, Dave, when you consider that only 4 times this year did Creighton rush for 100 yards. Creighton again. Let me correct that. 4 times in his career at Southern California. He was a JC transfer, originally from Huntington Beach.
Bill, that last play was another evidence of that. Come in there, that little skip, stutter feet, get that quick feet down, and find that seam and just kind of feel your way through it. Burst through it, and every time he's carried the football, he's picking up 4 or 5 yards.
It is Creighton again, and he is grabbed at the line by Zach Ricks. The senior from Vacaville, California, grabbed him, and they're duking it out down there. I'll tell you, tempers began to flare for Fresno State about 2 weeks ago.
Well, watch Zach Ricks in the middle. He's number 95. This is the way you play. Control the double team, split it, get right back up on your feet. Come down and yank him back, pull him back. That's why he's got 125 tackles.
Now somebody's mixing it up in there. Looked like Yanni Jackson, the tight end. There'll be no flags. It's 3rd down and 5 for the Trojans.
Well, Phil, some of that emotion started with some of the comments that were made by several of the players this week. There's not a whole lot of love lost between these two teams. That's exactly what I was referring to a couple of weeks ago. There were some things said. Fresno State didn't feel the Trojans of Southern California respected them whatsoever. And yesterday, before a big Rotary luncheon here at Anaheim, there were some more comments by some of the Trojans and by the Trojan marching band. And the Bulldogs heard them. Johnson at quarterback on 3rd and 5. Short drop, looking long. Once Morton and overthrows him at the 25. Well, the Bulldogs have held. Great coverage by the corner, Brian Porter, on Johnny Morton. And here comes John Stonehouse to punt it away. Now, Southern California showed on that series a propensity to move the football on the ground. Interesting that they kind of abandoned that on 2nd and 3rd down. They ran that 2nd down for no yardage, but 3rd down and about 4, elected to throw the deep fly pattern.
Good snap, Stonehouse. No rush whatsoever. Gets away a good one. Flags are down. Could be face mask at the 10-yard line. 41-yard punt. Mike Salmon on the tackle, but a flag is down at the 9. We're not certain, but I believe it might have been a face mask. The question is, was it a flagrant one or an inadvertent face mask?
Face mask against the kicking team. 5 yards, 1st and 10.
That's just the hand across the face where you don't actually use the face mask to jerk them down, tackle them.
2:46 remaining in the first period. We are scoreless in the 9th Freedom Bowl from Anaheim Stadium.
Coors cut a non-alcoholic brew tastes so much like beer, it'll fool them out. For the taste of beer, let the cutter flow. Your body knows the difference, but the mind don't know. Oh, taste in Coors Cutter. Your body knows the difference, but your mouth don't know. Oh, taste. Coors Cutter, your body know the difference. Cutter tastes like beer because it's brewed like beer. But the mouth, don't know.
Why settle for average protection against razor irritation when Edge gives you the best? Edge Gel. Ultimate closeness, ultimate comfort. That's the Edge.
Over here. I notice you're checking prices on those little TVs. You wouldn't have to if you had Sprint's remarkably easy calling program, The Most.
Oh, yeah?
See, The Most saves you big on whoever you call the most each month. 36% when that person has Sprint. And you don't have to sign anyone up. It's easy. You might even save enough for one of those big screen jobs.
Thanks.
They're on aisle 6.
Oh.
Drixoral is. Sudafed isn't. Drixoral is. Contac isn't. 12-hour-long prescription strong Drixoral is the one cold medicine pharmacists have recommended most for 10 years. Take it from your pharmacist. Take Drixoral.
There's the situation, 2:46 to play in the opening period. There is Southern California sophomore quarterback Rob Johnson, who got into the verbal darts himself today in USA Today. This is what Rob Johnson had to say. I want to put them in their place. I really want to beat them bad. I mean, we wouldn't even be playing them if they weren't a bowl game. We would never schedule them. Well, that just sort of capped off what has been really a couple of weeks of, as I said a moment ago, what Fresno State thought was really a lack of respect. Double wide outs to the top for the Bulldogs of Fresno State as the back shift into the power I. Gives to Ron Rivers. pick up 6, perhaps 7. Stephon Pace, the free safety, brought him down.
Well, Rivers just keeps on going wide, trying to find that hole, find that little seam. Now keep on going wide. Now turn back up, but he gets positive yardage, bringing up a 2nd down and 7. USC is primed for a reverse right now. They are pursuing the football so quickly from the backside. If Fresno State was to run a reverse, they'd still be running.
Michael Ross and Lee Harris, the double wideouts, come wide to the left. The give straight ahead, Lorenzo Neal, and he carries a Trojan out across the 29 for a 1st down as Willie McGinnis really over-pursued and took himself out of that play.
He certainly did. He comes down the line now. He's way behind the play. Not going to be a factor. That, again, is that quick pop up the middle, Phil. It's a very effective play. And what you do as your offensive lineman is you spread them out a little bit so you get a little bit wider seams in the middle. They do a little cross block in the middle, and bam, that running back comes flying through there.
It's a 1st down for Fresno State. It's at the 30-yard line. The wideouts, Ross and Titus Winans, are to the left. Dilfer puts it up, looking for his tight end, and he overthrows it out of bounds. It was picked off by Jason Sehorn, but he caught it out of bounds. It'll be an incomplete pass.
And I can promise you this, the SC coaches are going to say to McGinnis, don't be tentative. In other words, come off that football just like you normally do. He seems to be playing a little bit back on his heels because he's gotten faked out 2 or 3 times.
Yeah, there's a man who, just a junior, going to have a tremendous pro career. Wears the same number that Junior Seau wore at Southern California. That's Ron Rivers. Little counter to the left side as he followed Josh Coldiron and Ron Collins to the left side.
And didn't McGinnis have a chance to meet Seau this year? Wasn't that down in San Diego they met?
It was before Southern Cal's first game of the year against San Diego State. He met Seau, and Seau said, look, Willie, don't do anything to tarnish my number. Don't do anything to diminish its value. And he told him one other thing, and I know Dave is a former player, you can relate to this. He told Willie, play every game, every play like it's your last. 3rd down and 7. The ball at the 33. Dilfer to the near side, and oh, was he pursued, and pursued hard by Lamont Hollenquist. Charlie Jones, the intended receiver. I don't think Dilfer ever saw the strong side outside linebacker, Lamont Hollenquist.
Well, he had a feel because he came out of the pocket, but he's getting a lot of time to stand back there. No one's getting open. USC is doing an excellent job downfield. Now, quarterbacks get that feel that somebody's right behind him, and he just dumps the ball off short. But SC is doing a good job in the secondary coverage.
Derek Mahoney is going to have to punt it away, standing back at his own 19-yard line. Low line drive punt. Conway's going to have a return at the 29. He's to the 50-yard line and cut from behind and down. And it'll be fun to watch Mahoney come back to the sideline and see what Sweeney says to him. The plan was not to allow that man to catch a punt.
Well, one thing that Conway does is he immediately goes upfield. Watch this. Doesn't look downfield where the seam is. Sees it and boom, just bursts up the middle. It's a 22-yard return. That negates a 38-yard punt. It makes it a 16-yard play.
Now there's the guilty party, I guess you could say, is Sweeney told me a couple of times this past week, Conway is not going to touch a punt. Forget about it. Not even a possibility.
Well, if you do punt down the middle of the field, you got to punt it high, not a line drive like that one was.
Counter Estrus Creighton. Oh, is he hog-tied? A flag is down. Chris Williams, the strong side linebacker, is the guy who grabbed him. I thought he grabbed him up around the shoulder pads. The officials might have seen a face mask.
Personal foul, face mask, defense.
Oh, that's 15.
Automatic 1st down.
Well, that's the big one because he pulled him down. Did the tackle. That's a personal foul, 15 yards.
Now there's Chris Williams, the senior out of Fresno. Boy, so many of these players for Fresno played their prep ball here in the greater Los Angeles area around San Bernardino, Riverside, Anaheim, Fountain Valley, Long Beach. There's some serious bragging rights at stake. First down, Southern California at the Bulldog 38. Now they're going to move it down to the 34 as the officials, all from the Southeast Conference, got their mathematics just a bit confused. Now it's first down at the 34. Again from the eye, Creighton. Boy, he is grabbed up around the shoulder pads by Brad Bell. Brad Bell was not supposed to start at defensive end tonight. We thought it would be Earl Oliver. But Earl Oliver told Jim Sweeney, hey, I want to play linebacker at least one game in my collegiate career. And that will be the final play of this first period. We've played 15 minutes. Fresno State and Southern California are scoreless. We pause now for these messages from our local stations. This is the Raycom Network.
Cellar is your center for all kinds of guns and accessories like new handguns starting as low as $39.
At the Gun Cellar, we're featuring this new SKS rifle with bayonet, sling, and field cleaning kit for only $99.99. This is an excellent rifle for both hunting and target shooting alike.
At the Gun Cellar, we also buy and sell used guns with all guns carrying a 1-year warranty. Just remember, to get lower prices, you have to go to the cellar. The Gun Cellar in the Kmart Shopping Center across from the Galleria.
What am I bid? $50, French fries, 55. One live chicken, $100, French horse.
This is one fast mouth.
One fried at 50 sold.
This is oatmeal crisp with raisins. With so much to savor, even he can't rush through a bowl. Big flakes bursting with hearty oatmeal baked to a brown sugar crunch. Plus, lots of juicy raisins and crunchy almonds. It tells you to relax and enjoy. Oatmeal crisp with raisins, the taste that refuses to be rushed.
Hi, I'm Alan Hunter, and you know, shopping for a car can be a real gamble. One dealer treats you like a human being, another works you over like a punching bag in a Times Square gym. Wouldn't it be nice to shop around different makes, different dealers, and get the same consistent treatment? You know, decent and credible. Well, you can at Sarah. Doesn't matter what car you want, what dealership you go to. The people there are straightforward and professional, and most of them brush after every meal. A lot of makes, a lot of locations, no hassle. Sarah.
Along with Dave Rowe, I'm Phil Stone as we get set for the second quarter of the Freedom Bowl from Anaheim, California. Fresno State and Southern California are scoreless.
That's been a long time since Fresno State has not scored in that first quarter of football.
Well, everybody's jumping. Craig Gibson, the center, jumped when he saw Nick Surface, the defensive end, come across the line. That's a good point, Dave. Fresno State had scored at least a touchdown in every game this year in the first period.
Both sides, defense, be a first down and 5.
Yeah, credit Gibson on this play. The center, as soon as he sees moving into the neutral zone, snap that ball. Now, not right there. Now, snap that football. Quarterback just takes it. He's alert for it. That's a heads-up play by a center.
And Craig Gibson, the junior, from right here in Orange, California, just about 8 miles from here. Second down and less than a yard. Straight ahead it goes. It is Mike Mooney, the senior fullback from Temple City. He is stood up and dropped by Zach Ricks. That's Wes Bender, pardon me. Bender is now in fullback for Mooney. Both of them are seniors. Bender also from the Southern California area. Burbank. Just underway in the second quarter. We are scoreless. The Bulldogs of Fresno State and the Trojans of Southern California. That's Creighton. Tripped up by Brad Bell at the 19. He falls ahead to the 17. And on the first quarter, not much offense to speak of whatsoever. Fresno State, a total of 84. SC with 51. Estes Creighton had 46 of the 51. Just have the feeling, Dave, that Fresno State is just beginning to taxi out to the runway.
They're an explosive offense. They couldn't get on track. They moved the football well, but had to move deep from their own territory.
Creighton to the 5 and is dropped at the 4-yard line. Johnny Johnson. A 13-yard run for Creighton.
Well, the best decision that Larry Smith may have made today was to start Creighton. We talked about how he's a nimble runner. Watch this. Just kind of skip along there. Now, when you see the seam just explode through it, he already has 9 carries for 64 yards. He has been almost all of SC's offense.
And as I said, in his 2-year career as tailback at SC, only 4 100-yard games. Got 2 of them this year, one against Washington, the other one against the Bruins of UCLA. Creighton, student body right again, and there are Bulldogs barking everywhere. Out of bounds he goes. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage. I don't think he got anything. Chris Williams grabbed him by his trousers and just pushed him out of bounds.
Well, if you're in that Fresno State huddle right now, you're saying, hold them to a field goal try. Don't allow them to get wide. Don't let them score 7 points. They know they have an offense that can score a lot of points. That would be a big victory for that defensive unit to hold them to a field goal.
Second down and goal from the Fresno State 5. The Trojans will come from the I. Bender is the up back. That's Creighton. Stood up at the 5 by Zach Ricks and waits for help. And the help came in the form of Nick Surface, Chris Peters, and Wendell Valentine.
This is good power up front defense. They hand the football off. There's no crack to go through. You see he's immediately hit. Now, there may have been a flag on that play, a late flag. I didn't see it till they unpiled, but there was a flag on the play.
Personal foul, defense, half a distance, automatic first down.
Oh, that's a tough penalty. That's a tough penalty to draw if you're Jim Sweeney in Fresno State.
Well, you want to play with emotion, but you don't want to play physical football where you swing and do something after the whistle. That flag was thrown after the whistle.
Those dead ball personal fouls will kill you. A first down. 4 more cracks at it for the Trojans. Bender the up back. Creighton is the tailback. Wes Bender will move the pile to the 1. Earl Oliver made the tackle, and he paid for it. His helmet came off. Larry Smith completing his 6th year at the helm of Southern California. His Trojans, they lost 4 games this year, but they were in every one of those games in the final 2 minutes. Second and goal from the 1. Over the top goes Deion Strother. Touchdown, Southern Cal. He missed the first 5 games of the year with an ankle. He re-injured it at Arizona State, missed the Stanford game, and boy, what a time to come back.
It certainly is. This is just lock up in the front, big man on big man, and let him just fly over top. Well, what a huge play that penalty was. It was going to be 3rd down on about the 4 to 5 yard line. They gave him a first down on about the 2.5 yard line, and SC went back in and scored.
Cole Ford to attach the point after. He is 24 of 27, making 25 of 28. For SC, 8 plays, 49 yards. It is Deion Strother who has struck first, and the Trojans are out in front of Fresno State.
A day in the sun, a friend by your side, feeling the magic, taking a ride, having a treat, moving your feet. I'm going to Disneyland. I'm going to Disneyland. Sing loud, get hurt, say the magic word. I'm going to Disneyland. I'm going to Disneyland. I'm going to Disneyland.
It's 30 below. You've got a cold, cough. You've got a real problem.
We've added the leading cough suppressant to the proven cold relief of Alka-Seltzer Plus.
I have no sneezes, no coughs, no runny nose. I took Alka-Seltzer Plus cold and cough this morning.
Alka-Seltzer Plus cold and cough. It's tough medicine.
Windows support, Bill.
Windows support, Greg. Did you try IRQ4?
TXT.
Try IRQ5.
Okay, type copy space C :
Type
Windows
/S at the dot. Windows support, Greg.
What does it take to support the personal computer users in your organization?
Windows support, Greg. You still there?
That may depend on whether they're doing things the hard way
Support, Greg.
or the easy way.
Mac support, John.
Please hold.
Yeah, hang on. This call's for you guys.
Macintosh from Apple.
Alka-Seltzer Plus Nighttime. For relief without alcohol, hit the box, not the bottle.
Fresno State so dominant in first quarter scoring. Southern California likewise in the second period, outscoring their opponents this year 76-30, and they got on the board here in the second period.
This is just big man on big man power football. It's what we're used to seeing from SC, that power type football. Good play control, 8 plays, 49 yards. They used the clock a little bit.
12:31 to play in the first half. Cole Ford is set to boot it away. 30 of his 54 kickoffs were so deep into the end zone this year, Dave, there was no return. And he did it again tonight. Back deep, Michael Ross and Anthony Daigle for Fresno State. He'll squib it. Picked up by Daigle. His way out across the 30, spun down at the 31. So Fresno State will have it at the 31. Jason Oliver on the tackle. The Bulldogs will begin with 12:25 to play in the second period, and here comes Trent Dilfer. 25,000 Bulldog fans here. The red wave is in attendance at Anaheim Stadium, and somewhere in that massive red is about 20 or 25 of Trent Dilfer's relatives, his mother, his father, his stepmom, his stepdad, his grandparents, his sisters, nieces, nephews, they're all here. Look at Lorenzo Neal. Oh, look at him go.
Phil, they call this yards after contact. It's how many yards do you get once you're hit. Now, right there, he's hit. Now watch that leg drive. Just keep those legs churning, and he picks up another 3, almost 4 yards.
And the guy he carried is Gideon Merle. He's a junior linebacker out of Palm Springs. Boy, did he move Merle about 6 yards. It is now second down and 4. The ball is at the 36. Fresno State in the eye. Now they'll shift out to the split back. To call that a crossbuck. Little misdirection to the left, come back to the right. Problem is that river ran right through Hollandquist.
Can you hear those helmets smacking down there? This is a sound game. You can hear them up here in the booth, so I know our fans and friends at home can hear it. This is big time hitting. Linebackers coming up and smashing those lead backs. Lead backs putting those heads down, and it's just a confrontation.
I tell you, this is the kind of night and the kind of game, Dave, where you defensive linemen and offensive linemen love to play. Get down there in the dirt, in the trenches, in the mud. Third down, draw. Lorenzo Neal has got a first down and a whole bunch more. Whoa, did he run right through a tackle. Hollandquist finally got him. Good lead block by Ron Rivers. And Rivers only goes 5'9", 190.
Well, it's a 12-yard run, but you're right. Right there, he breaks the tackle. Now, pick up that blocker, get that head down, pick up that extra yardage. That turned a negative play into a positive play only because of Neal's effort. He's had 8 carries for 43 yards now.
Boy, he is your prototypical fullback. 6 feet, 225 pounds. His center of gravity must be about 18 inches off the turf. Dilfer, look at that time. He can run it. And he's going to do it. Got a good block. He's at the 40, the SC 35, and down there. Bulldog fans have seen Trent Dilfer do that all year long. Take the ball down and make the good decision.
What a good block by Lorenzo Neal here. Right there, you're going to see Neal turn around and get a good block. It allows Dilfer to come up inside. Now, one of the big matchups on the backside of this play is Collins against McGinnis. That's a good job by Collins. Stand him up, stays tough in there. Low center of gravity. Keep that base.
First down.
Come on, Long. Come on, Long.
That is Anthony Daigle. He'll take it inside the Trojan 34-yard line. Daigle averaged 6 yards a carry this year. He talked at the outset, Dave, about that man right there being kind of a co-starter with Ron Rivers, and how right you are. All year long, only 24 carries separate Daigle from Rivers.
One of the interesting things about Fresno State was the balance that they had on offense. You know, we've seen Fresno State over the years be a passing team, but when you stop and look at it, they average 226 rushing, 256 passing.
Dilfer, he's laying it up, and he overthrows his receiver, Charlie Jones, at the 3-yard line. Jason Sehorn on the coverage, but Jones actually had Sehorn by about a yard.
There was separation here. He just put his hand up and really was right off the fingertips. It's a well-thrown ball. That's what you want to do. If you're going to throw it incomplete, you want to overthrow. You don't want to underthrow him.
Woody Hayes once said, if you can get your hands on it, you ought to be able to catch it. What did he know about passing, though? Well, I remember a game you played against Woody Hayes, Penn State going up against Ohio State way back in the 60s. Play action. Dilfer looking to the near side, and he overthrows his receiver once again at the 19-yard line. And again, it is Charlie Jones, Gerald Henry all over Jones.
And tough decision now for Jim Sweeney. It's going to be 4th down and about 7 yards. He's kind of in that in-between zone. It's about the 32, 33-yard line. It's a little bit long for a field goal, but you don't want to give the football up.
Now the Bulldogs are going to talk it over. And while they conduct that conference, we'll step away with 9:23 to play in the first half.
You make me sparkle. You make me tingle.
Martini and Rossi Asti.
Sparkle, yes you do.
Make the moment sparkle.
Every business has its own language.
Part represents the party of the second part.
Under subpart B application.
And at US Air, we understand them all.
Another option would be to option the script that they didn't option.
That's an option.
Purely option.
It's why we offer business travelers more flights than any other
8
airline.
meg of RAM and a 1.2 gigabyte internal hard drive.
Everything we do.
How about these megabytes?
USA begins with you.
For thousands of great values, these are the best weeks to buy at Sears. This Craftsman half-horsepower garage door opener is only $129.99 while quantities last. Or for only $199.99, have the pros from Sears install it. But hurry, Sears' best weeks to buy end soon.
You make me sparkle. You make me tingle.
Martini and Rossi Asti.
Sparkle, yes you do.
Make the moment sparkle.
For thousands of great sale items, these are the best weeks to buy at Sears. All furniture and mattresses are on sale with some of our lowest prices ever, like this Lancaster sofa for just $377. That's all furniture and mattresses on sale. But hurry, Sears' best weeks to buy end soon.
Southern California 7, Fresno State nothing. We invite you to stick around at halftime for the Raycom basketball preview. Special host Kerry Gannon will take you for an in-depth look at the exciting college hoops coming your way this season. The Raycom basketball preview special coming up at halftime. It is 4th down and 7, and the decision has been made. Fresno State's going to go. And look at those 4th down numbers this year. Dilfer. It is cut. It's a first down at the 23-yard line. Titus Winans, his 34th reception this year.
And what a job by Winans to get his foot down and bound. Watch this. Simple out, drive him off the ball. Now watch the foot down. Catch the football, keep that foot down. Again, watch him concentrate from the end zone on getting that foot down and bounds. Catch the football and that foot down. Didn't old Henry give him a lot of room there.
Way too much room.
Yeah, Gerald Henry played him too far off the football, allowed him to get that first down.
Wide to the left is Charlie Jones. In the slot, Malcolm Sebron. Play action. Dilfer putting it up. It is caught and out of bounds. Goes Malcolm Sebron at the SC3.
Way before Sebron looked back. Ball, see how high it is? Now he looks back. There's the football. Watch when the ball is thrown and the trajectory of the football is high. Allows Sebron to turn to the outside. Just a perfect throw.
Dilfer paid the price. Sebron moved it to the 3-yard line, and he looks like he's holding that left arm. Dilfer already 6 completions to 5 different receivers. It is first down. There is that full house formation by the Bulldogs. The give goes to Anthony Daigle, and he is stopped short. And Hollenquist took a punch at Lorenzo Neal right in front of the officials. And there are no flags anywhere.
Yeah, that's that unbalanced trade. It's a full house T offense, and they use an unbalanced line. They bring the one offensive tackle over to the strong side, so they actually have that. They have all the strength to one side. They come right back out in it again.
There it is. There's the T-heavy formation. The give again, straight ahead. Touchdown, Fresno State, Lorenzo Neal.
Big man on big man, strength. You see everybody leading up there, just put that head down and power up through there.
Derek Mahoney will try and tie it from the hold of Brian Rowe. Good snap, clean placement. And Mahoney ties it up with 8:38 to play on the first half. 11 plays, 70 yards. I said a few moments ago, you just had the feeling this Fresno State offense was taxiing into position.
Thank you. To all of you attracted by Buick's reputation for quality, but who think a new Buick is beyond your means, may I make the following suggestion? Go see the new Buick Skylark Custom. It is every bit a quality Buick. And as the most affordable Buick for 1993, it makes Buick quality more attractive than ever.
I had an awful cold. He said Drixoral.
For 10 years, pharmacists have recommended one cold medicine the most.
I could barely breathe. He said Drixoral.
12-hour-long prescription strong Drixoral. I don't know what to take. Take it from your pharmacist. Take Drixoral.
Today, a woman needs a life insurance plan of her own.
State Farm sells life insurance from an agent who's there for you today and there tomorrow, too. You see, we start you out right with a plan specifically designed for a woman's needs. One that protects the people who count on you for so very much. And the State Farm agent will be there tomorrow, too, as your life changes, to keep that plan working for the people you love.
State Farm sells life insurance.
You know, on the road for Ace, I see a lot of great stuff. Like the Boudreaux Brothers Ace Hardware stores here in Napoleonville, Louisiana. These guys really go out of their way for you. That kind of spirit is what Ace Hardware is all about. Ace is America's place for helpful service.
Now there is a look at the Western Athletic Conference heavyweight wrestling champion. His name is Lorenzo Neal, and what a heavyweight play a moment ago as he brings Fresno State even with 8:38 to play on the first half.
Big drive that time, 11 plays, 70 yards. That's what you want to do on offense. Control that football. Don't allow SC to have an opportunity to score.
Mahoney's going to kick it away. There's Conway, number 3, and Estris Creighton, number 23. They'll stand together. Wait until Mahoney makes contact, and then they'll separate. Conway coming to the near side. He wants it. He's got it at the 10. Finds the seam, and he's across the 32 and spun down at the 33. Good tackle by Armin Youngblood, a backup free safety. Now there's the scoring drive. It took Fresno State 3:53 to pick its way 70 yards downfield, and Lorenzo Neal capped it, a 1-yard run. But the big play, 4th and 7. Jim Sweeney called a timeout. The Bulldogs said, let's gamble, let's go for it. And Trent Dilfer hit Charlie Jones for the first down.
All of a sudden, Phil, the rain has stopped here. Now it's nice and clear. You can look out, it's just a crystal clear sky.
Estris Creighton tries to jump up in the air, and he is stood up and knocked down. He tries his best to follow Titus Tuiasosopo and Joel Crispin, and the defensive surge wouldn't allow it.
Well, you see there, 95 is Ricks moving to the ball, and Brad Bell, 54, and when he jumps up, he just jumps right into the hands of the defensive line.
Rob Johnson, 0 for 3 in this ball game. Looking for the screen. Creighton's got it, and as he hammered. Get the number of the truck. It was Chris Peters, number 52.
Oh, and if Peters doesn't react to this screen, it's going to go a long way. Look at the number of defensive linemen. Everybody's in there. There's the screen. Look at Peters come in there. There was nothing but maroon in front of him.
Now, the word on that man is that he is the slowest of all 4 linebackers. He's played in pain all year long, not one but a pair of shoulder injuries. And you're still making hits like that. That has to hurt. The loss is a yard. The chant from the red wave is defense. 3rd and 11 from the shotgun. Johnson coming to the near side. Conway can't hold it. One of the rare times you will see that man drop a pass.
Oh, and that was a well-thrown ball. Conway just didn't look it in. That ball hit him right between the numbers. Again, simple little curl in. Look at it go right between his hands. Boom. Oh, me oh my. You can't throw the ball any better than Rob Johnson did on that one.
Injured Trojan, it is Chris Polak, the sophomore left guard. And well, that's an area that Southern California can ill afford to have another injury. Chris Polak, so high for this game. He's from Fresno, knows so many of the Bulldogs. Actually spent the summer at home this year working out at Fresno State. Wanted to play so well this night, but he is out of the ball game for the moment. A punting situation. Here's John Stonehouse. He's going to unload it. Charlie Jones and Malcolm Sebring back at the 35. No pressure at all, and whoa, does Stonehouse sail it? Taken by Jones. Tries to turn the corner, flags are down, and so is Jones. A 49-yard punt. Jones lost 10 on the return, and he may lose a lot more. There's a flag down at the 8. Usually an area that indicates an illegal block or a clip of some sort.
Well, I'm not so sure if Jones hadn't caught this football that it wouldn't have gone out of bounds inside the 10-15 yard line, because it was a beautiful kick. There's the illegal hand.
On a return team, half a distance, it'll be a first down.
From bad to worse.
Right there's the hit in the back.
So at the 4-yard line, Fresno State will have it. And a moment ago on their last possession, they went 70 yards in 11 plays and 3:53 to tie it. Ron Rivers turns the corner and gets near the first down marker. Jason Sehorn. Ron Rivers, he considered Southern California, Arizona, and Hawaii. Larry Smith wanted this man so badly and couldn't get him.
Well, he's one of those compact runners, 5'9", 190 pounds. You really can't get your arms around him. See, he kind of gives you that little limp leg, just kind of draws it back and then picks up 9 yards on the play. But I see a different bounce to this Fresno State team now. When Dilfer comes out of the pocket or out of the huddle, he's just bouncing up to the line. They've got a lot more confidence, Bill.
Second down and a short one. That's Anthony Daigle. 8 touchdowns in his last 4 games. Daigle, number 2, 5'11", 16 touchdowns on the year. We've got a flag down at the near the hash mark on the near side. Face mask against Southern California, 5-yarder.
Got a first down.
Now, a lot of people might question that call. What they're trying to do is, you see the hand across the face mask. That's a great picture. He doesn't use it to tackle, but in the effort to try and protect players, they just don't want you to even get your hand up near that face mask. That's Mike Salmon that was on that play.
And Mike Salmon's older brother plays right field in this stadium for the California Angels, Timmy Salmon. First and 10 at the 20-yard line. In motion, that's Daigle. Backward pass. Daigle picks his way across the 25 and picks up 5. That's the kind of pass, Dave, a backward pass. A lot of you folks at home may not know it. If that pass is incomplete, that's a fumble. That's a loose football.
Certainly is. It's a lateral. See it behind the line, behind the quarterback, I should say. Now he also has the ability to stop, bring that football down, and throw it again.
Well, I'm certain we will see something like that from Fresno State before this ball game is over. Double wideouts to the near side. The Bulldogs come from the eye on 2nd down and 5. Straight ahead, Lorenzo Neal. And boy, look at him. He's still on his feet. He was hit at the line of scrimmage and fought his way out near the 1st down marker. Terry McDaniels, a nose guard, finally brought him down.
Oh, do coaches love that? If you're an offensive coach, when that man gets hit, he gets stood up there, and he doesn't fall backwards. He just keeps on struggling for that extra couple of yards and falls forward. It's the difference between a 3rd down and a foot and 3rd down and 2 or 3 yards.
Yesterday at the luncheon, I asked Lorenzo Neal in front of 1,200 people if he'd ever heard of Willie McGinnis, and he said, who? And all the Trojans start booing. And here he comes again, Lorenzo Neal. I'll tell you what, he's not intimidated by anybody tonight. Jim Sweeney completing his 15th year at the helm of Fresno State. Left back in the late 70s, a couple of years, coached the Raiders, coached the St. Louis Cardinals in an assistant capacity. And then said, I love Fresno, I'm going back to the San Joaquin Valley. Dilfer to the near side. It is caught and out of bounds at the 42-yard line. Michael Ross, his 24th catch of the year.
You just see Dilfer getting more and more confidence. Again, throws the ball early. If it's going to be an incomplete, it's going to be out of bounds. But he is really on target. Great, just a flick of the hand. Did you notice he didn't step forward on that ball? He just kind of threw it with just all shoulder, all arm, bam, right to him.
You saw Michael Ross's per catch average, 20 yards a catch. Dilfer on the night, 7 of 13. 3 wideouts to the left. The pitch goes to the wide side. Rivers still picking his way. Looks for a block, can't get it. I believe he got the yard. I believe he got the 1st down. It was 2nd and a short one.
And that again was that unbalanced line where they run out of the huddle real quick, don't allow the defense to make the adjustments. They put 5 linemen on one side and just have the end on the back side. It really catches the defense off guard.
Now the officials say he's about 6 to 8 inches short. 3rd down and about the length of the football. The ball nosing just across the 42. There's that T formation. Lorenzo Neal's got the 1st down. The Bulldog offensive line. Hardwick, Hartman, Jason James, Cold Iron, and Collins really now beginning to handle this SC front 7.
Well, you see how the SC players are not really down in their stance. They're all just trying to move and make adjustments. You see that big line surge right there. They even have a lead back coming up there. They're not trying to fool anybody. They're just playing power football. And it just keeps on boosting the confidence of Fresno State to be able to move the football on SC.
1st down. Fresno State a huge advantage in total plays. Dilfer pumps once. Pressure coming from behind. He's going to run it again. And out of bounds he goes. Dilfer ran for 15 yards earlier in the 2nd period, and he got another 5, maybe 6. He was pressured from the backside by David Webb, who was bearing down hard. Watch 44.
And good peripheral vision this time by Dilfer to see that backside pressure. Now, just go down. Don't take a shot. Dive and get as much yardage as you can. Avoid the hit. Pick up that positive yardage. 2nd down about 4 to 5 yards.
Here's the situation. 2:52 to play in the 2nd quarter. The Trojans 7, Fresno State 7. Wide to the left is Charlie Jones. Straight ahead, it's Lorenzo Neal again, and he'll get a yard. Brian Williams, the sophomore weak side linebacker, comes in to make the hit along with Willie McGinnis. I saw Willie McGinnis earlier this year, pardon me, Dave, against Washington. Napoleon Kaufman, he runs the 40 in about 4.2. He ran Kaufman down from the backside.
Wait a minute. Wait a minute. 4.2 and he ran him down?
He ran him down. Now thus far in the ball game, there's Willie. Trent Dilfer has certainly won the battle of the quarterbacks. We pause now for these messages from your local station. This is the Raycom Network.
Shine a light on from the faces you meet along the way.
For each of us, every day, there are opportunities to make life better. At Alabama Power, we make sure you have the energy to make the most of them.
Shine on
Alabama Power, energy working for you.
Shine on the faces, shine on me. Don't stop, give me what you got. Let me show you how to use it. Watch me do my thing. Yeah, yeah, oh yeah, yeah. There's really nothing to it. Watch me do my thing. Don't stop, give me what you got. Let me show you how to use it. Watch me do my thing. Yeah, yeah, oh yeah, yeah, yeah. There's really nothing to it. Watch me do my thing. Watch me do my thing. Watch me do it, do my thing. Watch me do it, do my thing. Everybody's coming down.
Fresno State has run double the plays, 40-20 over SC, but we're tied. The Bulldogs and the Trojans 7-7 with 2:17 to play on the first half. We want to welcome those of you watching along Prime Network and its family of regional sports networks all across the nation, and also those of you watching us all along our Raycom Sports Network. Third down and 3. The give to the short side. Lorenzo Neal is hit by Mike Salmon in the backfield and dropped. First time tonight that Fresno State has had a running back tackled for a loss.
Well, what they did is they strung him out along the line. Good pursuit there. Got a couple people in there, disrupt the play, and that's the first time they've really stopped him. And it was an important time because Fresno State had driven the ball from all the way from the 5-yard line, 4-yard line, all the way out to midfield. SC had to stop him on that series.
Derek Mahoney to punt it away. There's Conway back at the 16. Mahoney looking for the near sideline. It takes a bounce, and into the end zone it goes. It'll be a touchback. Conway simply backed away.
Oh, you need to teach those players to bat the ball back.
So with 1:34 to play on the first half, we'll step away. When we return, Southern California will have it at the 20-yard line.
What can you expect from the airline with the best fares in the air? How about fast, courteous customer service agents? And extremely helpful reservation agents? Like Betty Lee and Cheryl Foreman. Plus something else the other airlines don't have. The highest customer satisfaction, the best fares. Southwest Airlines. Just plain smart.
I feel Denorex tingling on this side. Nothing on the head and shoulder side. I love that tingle, so I tried Denorex for my dandruff. It really came through. The flaking stopped, my scalp doesn't itch.
Denorex with conditioners, the serious dandruff shampoo.
I've switched to Denorex.
At BASF, we help make carpet you can work with.
Good night.
And carpet you can live with.
Honey, I'm home.
At BASF, we don't make the carpet, we make it better.
If I want to keep playing baseball, I'm going to have to keep working. There's no off-season anymore. Every day it's just me and a pile of iron. Or a bike I ride forever. And when I get sore, I take Advil. It's strong, it works, and I know it helps. And Advil's gentler on my stomach than aspirin. To last as long as I have, you got to stick with what works. That's why I use Advil.
Advil, advanced medicine for pain.
A minute 34 seconds to play in the first half. This, the 9th Freedom Bowl from Anaheim Stadium in Anaheim, California. Southern California and Fresno State, we're deadlocked at 7. Rob Johnson at quarterback. The pitch will go to Estres Creighton. And he is going to be strung out and demolished at the 15. What's a nose guard doing 20 yards away from the snap? Zach Ricks is there. He was brought down by James Burton, but Ricks, a 280-pound nose guard, was in the same neighborhood.
Well, I'll tell you this about Zach Ricks is that he plays across the nose of the center better than a lot of nose tackles I've seen in the NFL. He doesn't get cut off from the play. That's why he's got 125 tackles. I now know, having watched him play, very, very quick off the ball, controls the center.
And there's Ricks again. And he is all over Estrus Creighton, who moves it out across the 22.
And I'll tell you this, I have to question, what is SC doing? Hey, we're talking about a football game that's got a lot of time in it. They want to run their offense, and here all they are is running.
Clock running. We're down to 33, 32, 31.
Evidently, they're content to go in. Tied score.
Conway comes wide to the left. He'll draw double coverage. Play action. Johnson looking to the right. Johnny Jackson, the tight end, has got it, and he'll take it out of bounds. And he'll stop the clock with 17 seconds left. Wendell Valentine simply reached out and shoved him. A gain of 16 for Johnny Jackson.
Well, this may be a little bit too late. It's a play action away from the ball. He play action there. Now, at the last minute, you look, and it's a tight end coming across the line. It picks up good yardage, but now with only 17 seconds left, you're not going to get in scoring position. Why not throw that thing to Conway? Let him burn down the sideline. Very few people can cover him one-on-one. And behind him, you got Hanna, Travis Hanna, who's got 4.2 speed.
Well put. These guys can burn anybody. From the shotgun, Johnson looking long. Wants Johnny Morton, and it is almost intercepted. The ball hung up. Johnny Johnson, a junior from Palmdale, California, ran underneath it and almost picked it off. Johnny Morton was wide open.
Oh, he was real early. Watch this crossing pattern. One comes inside, one comes offside. It's almost a white. Now look how wide open he is. But they don't deliver the ball in any trajectory. They just kind of throw it up and allows the safety to come over, Johnson to come over and make the play. You've got to drill that football in there.
Al Johnson's numbers not impressive whatsoever. 2 of 7. You wonder if perhaps we might see Reggie Perry or Kyle Laholtz. Johnson. He's going to take it out of bounds, and that'll stop the clock with 3 seconds left. Wendell Valentine, the strong side outside linebacker, is the guy who encouraged Rob to take it out of bounds.
Well, in fairness to Johnson, he did have a couple balls that were dropped. That one earlier that Curtis Conway had, that was right in his hands. But it's almost as if Rob Johnson doesn't have a lot of confidence standing back there. He's afraid to attack the defense, and that's what you got to do in a game like this. You've got to attack. The great quarterbacks I've ever played with and played against were the ones that came out and challenged the defense.
First time tonight we have seen the trip speedsters come to the near side. Here's Morton, Conway, and Travis Hanna. Johnson looking to the near side. He unloads, throws into coverage, and it is incomplete at the 25. The hit by James Burton, and what a hit it was. The red wave is roaring from Fresno as the first half comes to an end. The Bulldogs have played the traditional team well. The Trojans of Southern California. It is 7-7 at halftime. The 1992 Freedom Bowl on Raycom Sports is being brought to you by Martini and Rossi. Make the moment sparkle by rewarding all of life's little accomplishments with Martini and Rossi. By Siemens, for leading-edge electronic and electrical engineering, depend on Siemens precision thinking. And by Edge Gel, ultimate closeness, ultimate comfort. That's the Edge.
Making the right moves in the game takes quick thinking. I know I can't think fast or move fast without a clear head. If you use drugs, make the right move, the smart move. Get help. Don't use drugs.
If you or someone you know needs help or information concerning drug abuse, call this toll-free number, 1-800-662-HELP. This message provided by the NCAA.
What can you expect from the airline with the best fares in the air? How about outstanding aircraft maintenance and provisioning crews? And expert ramp agents like Tim Myers and Ricky Williams. Plus something else the other airlines don't have. The best baggage handling, the best fares. Southwest Airlines, just plain smart.
Everybody hates to eat and run. We'd rather take it slow. But the way this life is going, gotta grab your food and go. And when all that running round catches up with you at last, get yourself some Alka-Seltzer and you'll feel better fast.
For acid indigestion or heartburn with headache, nothing's faster or more effective than Alka-Seltzer.
Get yourself some Alka-Seltzer and you'll feel better fast.
Use only as directed.
When darkness and light collide, the night becomes phantasmic. Presenting the ultimate battle of good and evil on Disneyland's Rivers of America. It's fantasy. It's frightening. Be there when the night ignites. Phantasmic. New at Disneyland.
Hi, Mary. We're running right on schedule for one. So confirm our 3 o'clock with Emerson, our 4 o'clock with Moore, and our 5 o'clock with Sherman. Whoa, Mary, we just hit one heck of a traffic jam. Better postpone our 3 o'clock till 4 o'clock, our 4 o'clock to 5 o'clock, and our 5 o'clock till tomorrow.
Introducing the new Steak Lovers Pizza from Pizza Hut. Special sauce, delicious steak, onions, and 3 kinds of cheese.
We shouldn't be doing this. Hey, guys, sometimes you gotta stop and smell the pizza.
For thousands of great sale items, these are the best weeks to buy at Sears. All furniture and mattresses are on sale with some of our lowest prices ever, like this Lancaster sofa for just $377. That's all furniture and mattresses on sale. But hurry, Sears' best weeks to buy end soon.
At BASF, we help make carpet more colorful, more durable, more valuable for your home team. At BASF, we don't make the carpet, we make it better.
From Red Grange to the modern grace of Olympian Tracy Calkins, the flavor and pageantry of all 21 men's and women's collegiate sports come alive at the NCAA Visitor Center. Come celebrate the magic moments in college sports at the NCAA Visitor Center, open year-round in Kansas City.
We welcome you back to Anaheim Stadium, this 9th Freedom Bowl. It is Southern California and Fresno State tied at 7 at halftime. Well, as we told you at the outset of our telecast, these are two teams who flat out can move the football. When you talk about Fresno State and Southern California, Dave, throughout this 92 season, they combined for over 800 yards of offense a game. Wouldn't you know it? You talk about it, and it's 7-7 at halftime.
It's kind of like talking about the no-hitter, and all of a sudden he loses it. And that's true, Phil, but rain has been the big equalizer in the first half. The rain had a lot of effect, but now it seems to be drying out. The rain has passed, and watch out for the offensive show in the second half.
Southern California's campus is just 30 miles to the north of Anaheim Stadium. Fresno State's about 330 miles north. Yet this is really a home game for the Bulldogs.
Oh, it is. I think that every bus in Southern California had to be carrying red today. Yeah. There's 30,000 red shirts and jackets and coats in this stadium right now, and you can't see a big SC crowd.
You saw early in the ball game, it appeared as if Fresno State might just be a bit intimidated by Southern California. But midway through the first quarter, Trent Dilfer, and Dave, you talked about it, he seemed to start rifling the football with great authority. And right now, if anybody's back on their heels, it's the Trojans.
Well, it is. They have not been able to move the ball on offense. They only have 86 yards at halftime. They just have been ineffective. And now all of a sudden you see that little bounce that the quarterback's got. And if I'm an offensive coach for Fresno State, I like it because Dilfer's got that bounce. He seems like he's got the offensive ready to go.
Well, you can bet Larry Smith is having a long talk with that Southern Cal offense. We're coming back to Anaheim Stadium with more halftime activities after these messages from our local station. This is the Raycom Network.
Lake Point Resort State Park.
The perfect family getaway this weekend.
Lake Point Resort State Park.
A beautiful, challenging golf course.
Lake Point Resort State Park.
Fishing, tennis, dining, and more.
Make Lake Point Resort State Park your getaway. It's so close to home. Affordable, too. Call toll-free 1-800-ALA-PARK.
Come on, Betty. Make my meal. She leaves the peel on and slices them thin. Home-style potatoes, baked in their skin.
Skin-on potatoes in 4 great flavors. The potatoes that make the meal.
And now, a Russian dance in honor of my stroganoff. Hey, whoa!
You'll fall for stroganoff, too. Egg noodles, real sour cream mix, and your hamburger.
Hamburger helper. Stroganoff.
Makes a great meal.
It is halftime at the Freedom Bowl, where the Trojans and the Bulldogs are tied at 7. Right now, let's take you for a look around. Both of these fine institutions, Fresno State and the University of Southern California.
California's San Joaquin Valley, a region that produces some of the richest agricultural bounty in the world. At its heart is the growing metropolis of Fresno, home of Fresno State University, a stimulating center of intellectual and cultural activity. Dedicated to academic excellence, Fresno State University is committed to developing qualified professionals and community leaders. With an enrollment of over 19,000 students, Fresno State University offers challenging and innovative programs in the liberal arts and sciences, the professions and applied fields, as well as many specialized areas. Fresno State University also emphasizes programs in agriculture and business, reflecting its location in the world's premier agribusiness center. The varied departmental programs provide unique and interesting opportunities for an enriching university experience. Fresno State University, where excellence is a tradition.
And it gives me a sense that things are happening at this school.
Such as it is, this is home.
It was a difficult transition at first because I wasn't used to hitting the books from my high school experience. Once I sat down with my mother, she helped me out a great deal, and I just came back and just said, hey, I need some tutors, I need a lot of work, and they provided me with the support I needed. And it seemed like everyone who is someone has that college degree, and you need it, either if you get it now or later. I mean, you're gonna need it sometime in your life.
We welcome you back to halftime activities at the Freedom Bowl. And right now, let's take you down on the playing field, where bands from around the nation will entertain you.
Trojan Marching Band.
Go!
Music Festivals, Dennis Rhodes proudly presents the Universal Cheerleaders from Memphis, Tennessee,
in rock in the USA.
College basketball fans, the conference season is about to begin, and Raycom is excited to bring you all the action from around the nation. Let's go to Terry Gannon at our Raycom studio to tell you all about it. Terry?
Welcome to the Raycom Basketball Preview Special. And now your host, Terry Gannon.
Hi, everyone, and welcome to the Raycom Basketball Preview Special. During the next 3 minutes, you'll see a week-by-week sneak preview of the exciting college hoops coming your way this season from Raycom. Let's start with a doubleheader on Sunday, January 24th. Which features the defending national champions, the Duke Blue Devils. First at 1:30, Arizona State travels to Freedom Hall to take on the Louisville Cardinals. Denny Crum's squad favored this year to win the Metro race. At 3:45, a battle for the ACC crown. Duke in Tallahassee to meet the Seminoles, who have everyone back, including Bobby Bowden's quarterback, Charlie Ward. A lot of folks like the Noles to take the ACC this year. Then January 31st at 4 o'clock, Notre Dame hooks up with UCLA out at Pauley Pavilion. Mitchell Butler and the Bruins with a couple of big wins already in the preseason NIT. On February 7th, it's a Pac-10 Big 8 Sunday. Freshman Jason Kidd leads the Cal Bears against the Arizona Wildcats. Or a look at the great Kansas backcourt as the Jayhawks meet Big 8 foe Nebraska. A doubleheader on Sunday, February 14th. At 1:30, DePaul is at the Pyramid to take on the Memphis State Tigers. Followed at 3:45 by Louisville at UNLV, and a look at the Rollie Massimino version of the Runnin' Reds. Time for a break right now. When we come back, we'll run down the rest of the schedule for you, which includes some big matchups like the Blue Devils and the Tar Heels. See you in a minute.
Let me tell you the real story behind most orange juices. The fact is, they take out nature's water to form a concentrate, then put different water back in. Strange, isn't it? Tropicana Pure Premium, on the other hand, has nothing added and nothing taken away. Just 100% pure orange juice. So when you want the fresh squeezed taste of this, try Tropicana Pure Premium. The story behind our juice is pretty much out in the open. Tropicana Pure Premium. You just can't pick a better juice.
For thousands of great sale items, these are the best weeks to buy at Sears. Take our comfortable Flex slacks. Get 2 pair of these regular fit polyester slacks for just $32, our lowest price of the year. You save over $17. But hurry, Sears' best weeks to buy end soon.
He's crazy about the rodeo. He says he's crazy about me. I don't know. Maybe he's just plain crazy.
Here's to rodeo cowboys, the women who love them, and cowboy cut jeans. Wrangler.
Drixoral is. Sudafed isn't. Drixoral is. Contac isn't. 12-hour-long prescription strong Drixoral is the one cold medicine pharmacists have recommended most for 10 years. Take it from your pharmacist. Take Drixoral.
Good news for people taking Cardizem.
I need a refill on my Cardizem.
You may want to see your doctor before your next refill, because there's another Cardizem available, Cardizem CD.
What's the difference?
Cardizem CD should save you money.
Can you give me Cardizem CD?
Only your doctor can change your prescription. Ask your doctor if Cardizem CD is right for you.
Cardizem CD. Thanks. I'll ask my doctor.
Welcome back, everyone, to the Raycom Basketball Preview Special. Now let's look at the rest of this year's big matchups. Sunday, February 21st is another big doubleheader. First up at 1:30, the Fighting Irish travel to DePaul, where Joey Meyer's Blue Demons await. And then at 3:45, a battle on Tobacco Road. Bobby Hurley, Grant Hill, and the guys meet the Wolfpack of NC State. On Sunday, February 28th at 4 o'clock, you get another look at the Blue Devils as they host the Bruins of UCLA. You can bet the Cameron Crazies will be out in full force for that one. Then March Madness begins on Raycom with a doubleheader on Sunday, March 7th. Our 1:30 contest involves Duke riding up the road a bit to the Dean Dome to take on Dean Smith and his Tar Heels. And there's no love lost between those two teams. And finally at 3:45, Rick Pitino's Kentucky Wildcats meet the Florida Gators in a big SEC matchup. So as you can see, Sunday is the day for some great matchups this season from Raycom. In addition to these games, remember that Raycom also provides regional coverage of the top 6 conferences: the ACC, the Big Ten, the Pac-10, the Metro, the Southwest, and the Big 8. This season, nobody covers more college basketball than Raycom, the nation's leading sports programmer. And right now, it's time to go back for the second half of the Freedom Bowl, live from the Big A in Anaheim, California. I'm Terry Gannon. Thanks for watching the Raycom Basketball Preview Special.
Thank you very much, Terry. And boy, are you right. Sunday sounds like the day for great hoop action right here on Raycom. Now the halftime activities continue here at Anaheim Stadium. It's the Trojans of Southern California 7, the Fresno State Bulldogs 7. Now, we told you at the outset of our telecast that neither of these teams played outstanding defense here in 1992. And wouldn't you know, defense was the controlling element for both these clubs.
Well, it certainly has been in this first half. They played great defense. Both Fresno State and Southern Cal have stopped each other time and time again. But we got a second half that's going to be dry, and it's going to be a fast track. And watch for those offensive weapons to unload.
You know, in the first quarter, it was all defense, but that didn't last long because in the second period, SC's first possession in the second quarter, they went the length of the field, and they capped it by Deion Strother. And boy, what a great tailback he is going to be for SC in the future.
Yeah, this is power football, big man on big man we talked about earlier, and he just goes up and over. That gave SC a 7-0 lead.
Fresno State following a big pickup on a 4th and 7. Trent Dilfer came right back, went the other way to his leading receiver, Malcolm Sebron, and that set up the tying touchdown as Sebron took it out of bounds at the 3, and then 2 plays later.
They call it power T, heavy T formation, and that's what it is. Unbalanced line, power football. They ran it 4 times in a row and punched the ball in to tie the score at 7-7.
Now our halftime statistics brought to you by Siemens. You look at the first down category. It was Fresno State 13-8. Ryan that's used to passing for 256 yards a game, just 74 at intermission.
And one of the big key statistics there is total plays. Fresno State has controlled this football game by keeping the football.
Now don't go away. We're coming back. The teams are coming back out onto the field for the second half. We pause now for these messages from our local stations. This is the Raycom Network.
We've done it before.
Let's do it. Let's do it.
Is your winner in the Publishers Clearinghouse?
Are you kidding me? We're ready to do it again. We're the Prize Patrol from Publishers Clearinghouse. Will you be ready for $10 million?
So you think he's a wimp? Okay, so he's kind to furry animals. And even kids.
I think he needs a good swift kick in the butt.
A real nice guy.
Hey!
But this angel's got an attitude.
My boss isn't going to like that.
And a boss you don't want to mess with.
Listen, I'm going to need a little miracle.
Michael Landon, Highway to Heaven.
They're fast, they're slow, they're shooting them high and low. SEC basketball will be bouncing your way Wednesday, January 6th, right here on WABM Channel 68, your sports entertainer.
The 1992 Freedom Bowl on Raycom Sports is being brought to you by Drixoral, the 12-hour prescription strength cold medicine, Drixoral. And by US Air. Every time we fly, everything we do, US Air begins with you. Surprise, surprise. If you are just joining us at halftime, the Trojans of Southern California favored by 8, tied with Fresno State at 7. And there's a man who had a good first half, not a great first half, but when you look at the comparisons, it has been all Trent Dilfer.
Yeah, it looks great when you compare him to Johnson, because Johnson just has not done anything in the first half. You see 13 total yards, hasn't thrown an interception, but really has not been strong and challenged the defense.
Well, there's no question Rob Johnson will start the second half. Question is, how long will he stay if he continues to be unproductive? Derek Mahoney, the junior from Fountain Valley, California, to kick it away. It'll come to the near side. Travis Hanna takes it at the 2. He's across the 30. And Mahoney throws him out of bounds at the 46. Now you fear Curtis Conway, but so many teams forget all about Travis Hanna.
Well, we talked about that 4-2 speed, and what they did is they lost outside containment, and he just burned him up the sideline. If Mahoney doesn't make this, no one does. Mahoney gets him at midfield, but they give SC has excellent position, field position at the 50-yard line.
Well, Southern California in the first half, take a look. Their third possession didn't come until the second quarter. They converted, going 49 yards for the touchdown, but that was really all there was to speak of. No huddle offense. Johnson looking down the center of the field, throws. It is caught. Johnny Morton. He'll turn the corner and is finally tackled at the 21.
Phil, that's the first time that Rob Johnson has really challenged the defense. He stayed in the pocket. Just stayed in there. His line gave great time. Watch the time he's got to look downfield and catch him all the way across the field. That's how you challenge the defense. You say, hey, we're going to throw the ball deep. We're going to run it on you, and we're going to run it until we get it.
The gain was 28. What a way to open the second half. Now a flag goes down. And the Trojans are walking backwards.
False start. Offense. First down.
Now that'll drive a head coach wild, particularly if his name is Larry Smith.
Well, how would you like to have been a fly on the wall in that locker room at halftime? Everything in the first half was going Fresno State's way. SC, they can dominate them up on that front line if they'll just run that football, power football at them. They've got bigger linemen.
There's Estes Creighton, exactly what Dave Rowe is talking about. He's to the 20 to 16 and bang down there.
You know, Phil, you talked about tradition. Think of tradition, SC tradition, power football, run that football. Look at all the offensive linemen that they've developed in the years, and the running backs. This is vintage SC right here. Strength football.
Boy, you talk about great talent. In fact, it was 25 years ago this year that a junior college running back came down from San Francisco State, a fellow by the name of O.J. Simpson, and joined the offensive backfield of Southern California. 2nd and 5. Johnson looking. It is knocked down at the 8-yard line. Great coverage by James Burton in the right corner. He had Johnny Morton step for step. In fact, Johnson in a better position to make that catch.
And watch Burton when he comes across on the football. He doesn't put his hand on the receiver. He reaches out and gets the football with his backside hand. See, he doesn't put his hands on the receiver. That's what eliminates the pass interference call.
Now there's a man who week in and week out seems to draw the opponent's best receiver. Wide to the left is Larry Wallace. To the right, Morton and Hanna. Creighton, whoa, is he nailed? And it's James Burton again.
Well, what SC was going to do is they were going to try to run Burton deep, and he didn't go with the receiver. He came up on the run support, and there was no one out there to block Burton when he comes up. Bam! That's the way you want to center the cornerback to come up. Watch him come into your screen. Right there. Turn it in. Put him down for a loss.
I don't think Creighton even got his eyes focused. Well, they certainly weren't focused after the hit. Here's Cole Ford. You look at his numbers, 11 of 19 this year. It's long enough. And it is no good. He missed it to the left. 12:43 to play on the third. USC misses, and the Bulldogs will have the football.
Well, I'm going out west down on the coast, 'cause the Disneyland thrills are really the most. To the beach and the sand, feel the magic Disneyland. Take a roll, take a ride to a place that's all right. Disneyland is the heart of the fun in the warm California sun.
For thousands of great values, these are the best weeks to buy at Sears. This Craftsman half-horsepower garage door opener is only $129.99 while quantities last. Or for only $199.99, have the pros from Sears install it. But hurry, Sears' best weeks to buy end soon.
Why get an inferior shave when you could have the best? Why choose ordinary lubrication when you could have the richest? Why settle for average protection against razor irritation when you could have the most advanced, giving you the closest shave with less irritation? Edge Gel. Ultimate closeness. Ultimate comfort. That's the Edge.
For thousands of great sale items, these are the best weeks to buy at Sears. All furniture and mattresses are on sale with some of our lowest prices ever, like this Lancaster sofa for just $377. That's all furniture and mattresses on sale. But hurry, Sears' best weeks to buy end soon.
Phil, both teams have now missed 37-yard field goals. This one just never curled in. Look at the right upright as we look at it. The ball just goes straight right over top, just to the inside, the outside of it, and you see the official signal, no good.
Fresno State takes it at their own 20-yard line. Now they'll shift into the I. The tailback is Ron Rivers. He's got the football. Rivers dives to the 25. He was tripped up at the line of scrimmage by Brian Williams, and that momentum took him out for a gain of 4. Now they're going to give him 5. Here's a look at that Southern California offensive line as they talk things over as to why can't we put points on the board against Fresno State. Counter. Lorenzo Neal hit by Hollenquist at the 35. It's a first down for the Bulldogs.
Well, we keep on seeing Lorenzo Neal make those great cuts. This is a little slide draw. Good block up front there by Rivers. He gets the first block. Then Neal just keeps on churning those legs and pick up the yardage. But really, Willie McGinnis is taking himself out of the play. He's upfield. You see they turn him out. He's not a factor in the play. They have just controlled him. He's almost controlled himself.
Willie McGinnis, we have watched him overrun a number of defensive plays tonight. It's first down, Fresno State. Straight ahead it goes. Lorenzo Neal is tripped up at the line of scrimmage. Brian Williams, the weak inside linebacker, really came up into the gap there and took away the running lane.
Yeah, now we're starting to see a little bit more SC gambling on that defense, bringing those linebackers up into the slots, into the holes, and making quicker reactions. Don't allow Fresno State to get through the line into the secondary with those runs.
Second down, 10. The ball nosing just across the 35. It's 7-7 with 11:05 to play on the third period. Dilfer. He'll lay it up. It is caught by Titus Winans. Whoa, what a job he did keeping his feet in bounds.
Well, that's the mark of a great receiver, when he not only catches the football, but concentrates on getting that foot down. He knows he's close to the sideline, and watch this concentration. Catches the football now quickly. Get those feet down. You see him drag that right foot? Watch him just drag it to get it down. Make sure he just kind of gets him down, gets one foot in bounds. Excellent play.
And where is that vaunted pass rush from Southern Cal? Non-existent tonight. Dilfer has been untouched. There's the draw. Lorenzo Neal. And look at him turn to the 32. Josh Coldiron, Jason James and Russ Hartman, great up front blocking, just pushing the line.
Well, one thing that Fresno State has really kept SC off guard. They just, every time they think pass, it's a run. When they think run, they're coming up quickly. It's a pass situation. They just have mixed their plays up very, very well tonight.
Second down and short. Rivers, first down to the 21-yard line of Southern California.
Bill, I think you have to credit this offensive line. Let's face it, they're not household names as far as up front linemen, but they're playing like household names today. They're controlling the line of scrimmage. They're driving them off the ball. They're letting the back see the seams, and they're picking up positive yardage every time they run the ball.
And we showed you at the outset that panel of the three running backs thus far tonight. Lorenzo Neal has 65 yards. Ron Rivers, 11 carries for 55 yards. Dilfer. A flag is down. Dilfer tries to turn the corner, dives to the 12-yard lines and out of bounds. A flag is down way across the field at the 17-yard line.
That flag has to be along the line of scrimmage. Someone lining up in a neutral zone or one of the offensive linemen moving. It's the only call it can be from that area.
Motion. Offense. 5-yard previous spot.
Yes, that's one of the offensive linemen moving just before the snap.
Second time in the game that a penalty has taken Fresno State outside the SC 20-yard line when they had penetrated it. But again, Fresno State's so dangerous when they get the ball down inside the opponent's 20. Well, Jim Sweeney, what a great job he has done in his 15 years in the San Joaquin Valley. So now it'll be first down and 15. The ball out at the 27. Double wide outs to the top from the I formation from the Bulldogs. Dilfer. It is incomplete and almost intercepted. Gerald Henry almost had it. Lee Harris had a good shot at hauling it in and simply put the ball up for grabs.
That was not a well-thrown ball in that there was great coverage on them. They didn't lose the outside coverage, and they just came in and almost intercepted that.
Dilfer thus far in the game, 98 yards through the airways, 8 of 15. He threw for over 200 yards, Dave, in every game but one this year. And they won that game anyway. Second down and 15. Tried to set up the screen to the tight end, Marty Thompson, and Dilfer overthrew him. And that's hard to do. Thompson 6'4".
And what a play call it was. Dilfer really didn't have time to bring the ball down and just softly put it out there, but there was no one out in front of him. Thompson had a clear shot at least to the 5-yard line. Look at this. The white shirts are out here. There's Thompson. The ball's overthrown. You don't see any maroon shirts coming into your picture. And look at Dilfer's reaction. Oh, I can't believe it. He's a real competitor.
Third down and 15. We have yet to see a gadget, or what Jim Sweeney calls a special play, yet from the Bulldogs. Dilfer to the near side. It is incomplete at the 6. Titus Winans had it and couldn't hold it.
I think Winans just dropped the football. The ball looked like it was well thrown. It was right there. Looked like it went just between his hands. That's one he should have had.
So it's fourth down now and 15 from the ball. Spotted now at the 27-yard line. Derek Mahoney is going to come on and try and give Fresno its first lead of the game. This will be from 43 yards away. As long as 44. It's got plenty of distance. Well, we got it. The Bulldogs have taken a lead. .33 to play in the third quarter. Derek Mahoney, the junior from Fountain Valley, has just given Fresno State a lead. We pause now for these messages from your local station. This is the Raycom Network.
Proverbs 11:1 says, "A just weight, a fair price is his delight." I'm Jim Haley, owner of Haley's Furniture. That's me getting in our truck to go pick up a load of furniture. That's me unloading the truck, and that's me getting a rug down for one of our customers. I'd be delighted to personally assist you when you shop Haley's Furniture, where we specialize in special orders on name-brand furniture and where every day is sale day. 1605 First Avenue North, across from the old Sears store, downtown Birmingham.
Catch the wave of the future at Randy's Computers with a state-of-the-art CD-ROM for your personal computer. What can a CD-ROM from Randy's do for your personal computer? It can give you access to an entire 21-volume encyclopedia at one time. That's right. One disc can have up to 650 megabytes of data and audio. What else can a CD-ROM do? It can let you listen to a concerto by Bach, watch a mountain lion run across your screen and find out what he eats, and set up all the forms you'll need to run your small business. Come by and see one at Randy's with 3 locations.
I am the soldier. I am skilled and smart. I've got the training, and I've got the heart. I'm the defender of our liberty. I am the soldier. Count on me. Rise into the challenge, whatever it may be. I am the soldier. Count on me.
9:33 to play in the third quarter. Fresno State has just taken its first lead of this ball game. This telecast is a copyrighted presentation of the Raycom Incorporated and is intended solely for the private use of our audience. Any rebroadcast, retransmission, or other use of this program without the express prior written consent of Raycom Inc. is prohibited. The man who just gave the Bulldogs the lead is set to kick it away. It is Estrus Creighton and Travis Hanna deep. It'll be Hanna again. A moment ago, he returned 150 yards. Not this time, as he is grabbed around the ankles and spun down. Gabe Romero is the guy who spun Hanna to the ground.
And watch Romero just break through the slice. Just comes right through clean. Nobody touches him. There he is. Excellent coverage. Anytime you get him on that 20-yard line or inside, that's great coverage.
We have just learned that Curtis Conway has strained a knee and may not return in this ballgame. Play action. Rob Johnson. It is intercepted. No, it's taken by Johnson. I thought he unloaded it. Johnson pulled it down and ran right into the arms of Demetrius Edwards.
Boy, it really takes some firepower when you take a person like Conway out of your offense. There he is on the sidelines. You can see look at the tears running down his eyes. You think he doesn't want to play?
Well, the biggest question around Southern California is, has this man just played his last game as a Trojan? A lot of speculation that he may opt for the NFL. Second down and 11. Creighton's got it. He's across the 30, and there are 5 Bulldogs who grab him and spin him down, led by Johnny Johnson. Johnson, a junior college transfer from Palmdale, California, played his junior college ball at Pierce College. He arrived on campus at Fresno State just a couple of days before their opener. But Jim Sweeney had to play him now because they lost everybody on defense to graduation.
Well, one of the things that Fresno State has got to do right now is put more pressure on Rob Johnson. They can't allow him to get that bounce back in his pass.
Great. Hit by Oliver and Demetrius Edwards. Boy, Oliver, what great run pursuit. Started every game this year for Fresno State as a down lineman. Went up to Sweeney yesterday and said, Coach, it's my last game. I've always wanted to play linebacker. Please let me play linebacker.
And isn't that typical of Jim Sweeney? Just said, sure, we're playing in the biggest game that we've ever played in here. Yeah, you can play linebacker. You sure you don't want to play strong safety?
Yeah, he has played well tonight. School record 15 tackles for losses this year. Trojans from the eye. Creighton ran right into Mike Mooney. Moondog couldn't get out of the way, and that gave James Burton all the time he needed to roll up and make the stop.
Well, they string this play out, and they've got excellent pursuit. One thing Fresno State is not doing is falling down. You see all those white shirts staying on their feet. Don't fall down. There's a bunch of them, but they get to the ball. They all quickly react. You see the number of of jerseys coming in there, the white shirts.
.7:09 to play, third quarter. Fresno State 10, Southern Cal 7. Trojans from the shotgun. Johnson flags her down. Johnson. Pocket collapses, and Johnson collapses. Surface and Brad Bell finally got to him.
Well, the flag could play a big part on this play, but once Johnson stops looking downfield, he's lost. The quarterback needs to regain his composure and quickly look downfield, get rid of the football, not take a 10, 12-yard loss.
Illegal procedure, offense, decline, fourth down.
Now watch this pressure again. Once Johnson gets out of the pocket, watch his head. He's not looking downfield. Now, when he sees the pressure there, now he's lost. He doesn't even start to look back downfield. Now he's just running for his life. You've got to square up and get rid of that football.
If that play would have taken any longer, we'd have been in rush hour tomorrow here in Los Angeles area. Johnstone's fourth punt of the night. True freshman out of Pasadena. Good snap. And, oh, he gets a good one. Take it at the 42. Charlie Jones. He is back to the line, and out of bounds he goes at the 50-yard line, and a flag is down.
Oh, and what a foolish mistake there. That's going to be a clip, and it was a meaningless clip. They should never have clipped on this play.
Charlie Jones ran about 55 yards to pick up 7.
Return team, 10 yards for the foul.
And I think it's against Tommy Jones, number 4. He clips him in the back. Just a foolish play.
Clock is stopped with 6:11 to play in the third quarter. Fresno has it, and they've got the lead.
Serious times demand serious men.
Hard work is the reward for hard work.
Tenacity, gumption, discipline.
Sometimes you've got to stop and smell the pizza.
Coors cut a non-alcoholic brew tastes so much like beer, it'll fool the mouth. For the taste of beer, let the cutter flow. Your body knows the difference, but your mouth don't know. Oh, taste Coors Cutter. Your body knows the difference, but your mouth don't know. Oh, taste Coors Cutter. Your body knows the difference. Cutter tastes like beer because it's brewed like beer, but the mouth don't know.
With each new day, you find a way to be your best.
Gillette Sensor for the closest, safest shave ever.
You know you gotta be a little better than the rest.
Only Gillette Sensor has spring-mounted twin blades that sense and adjust to every detail of every face. Gillette Sensor, when you're the best, there's no feeling like it.
Gillette, the best of men.
There's a man looking for his first victory ever over Southern California in 7 years, while at Washington State 0-7.
And watch this, brother blocking for brother. That's Tommy Jones, who's the illegal block. You see number 4 there, the hand in the middle of the back? Really, he was by him. He wasn't going to go much farther than pursuit had caught up. Just a foolish play. Boy, that's a good-looking nose. That's when your helmet comes down on your nose.
You want to play Division I football, huh?
That's why they call it smash mouth football and smash face.
Dilfer, play action. He's going for it all.
Quick.
An intended receiver was Malcolm Sebron, the speedster from Sacramento. Gerald Henry, good coverage.
Well, I thought if Sebron hadn't reached out as quickly, he may have been able to run underneath this football. Watch when he reaches out. You actually slow down when you stick your arms out. Right there. Ooh. Well, your Woody Hayes line came into play there, because if you touch it, you should have it.
Well, Malcolm Zebrin has had 7 of those over 40 yards this year. Second down and 10. Little counter, didn't fool anybody in Cardinal and gold. Ron Rivers was grabbed by Terry McDaniels just about the time he got the football.
And McGinnis was right there too. They had stopped that play cold. There they are closing down inside. That's just a great play. That's the way you close the trap, inside out. Crush it down and play for the bounce.
5:35 to play in the third period. Fresno State with a 3-point lead. They're up 10-7, and they just want to keep that clock rolling. From the shotgun, Dilfer. Looking near side, steps up, he's going down. McGinnis with help from David Webb. For McGinnis, that's his 16th sack of the year. For Southern California, their 53rd sack of the season.
Well, no one blocks McGinnis. He's right there in your screen. Just fakes inside, back outside. Good rush. Never got a hand on him. Never slowed him down.
So Derek Mahoney on 4th down. And 19 is going to come on and kick it away to Estris Creighton. Creighton backs up, pulls it in at the 27. Crosses the 30. And the 37 loses the football. Fresno State's got it. At the 38-yard line, the Bulldogs have recovered. How much does Curtis Conway mean to your special teams? There's just an example how much.
It certainly is. SC had decided that they were going to go with a 10-man up block. They had nobody back there to block for him, and there the ball is just knocked out, and Fresno State recovers. They've got great field position about the 38-yard line.
You can credit Chris Williams for getting that helmet or hand in to knock that ball loose and recovered it.
There it is again. Watch the shoulder actually take the football out. Good reaction by Fresno State to get the ball.
Dilfer underthrows the coverage. It is complete to the 32-yard line and out of bounds. Goes Lorenzo Neal. Brian Williams on the tackle. Now there is Estris Creighton, number 23. Playing in his final game as a Trojan. Estris, a senior. Out of Huntington Beach, California. Second down now and 3. The ball at the 31. Dilfer audibilizing. He's going to change the play. Dilfer. Post pattern. Puts it up for grabs and is knocked away. The intended receiver was Charlie Jones. Gerald Henry, a sophomore corner from right here on the Carson, California area, knocked the ball away.
This was a great defensive play because the defender is at a disadvantage. If he stops, he's going to interfere. And what he does is he waits till the ball comes into his hands, reaches right up in there, and Henry just knocks the ball away. See, he doesn't make contact, reaches right up in between his hands and swats the football away.
Wide to the right goes Michael Ross. To the left, it is Lee Harris. On 3rd down now and 3. That's Ron Rivers. He'll cross the 30-yard line. I believe he's going to be about a yard short. And you can bet the Bulldogs, if they went on 4th and 7 in the second quarter, they're going to go on 4th and 1 here.
Well, it's a little bit easier decision. It's on the 29-yard line, and it's 4th and about a yard. And the way they've controlled this line of scrimmage, look for Dilfer to come in, use that long snap maybe. Maybe they'll go to that tray, that T formation, the heavy T that they go with the unbalanced line. They've got a lot of weapons to go with. It's the T formation.
There's T heavy. Lorenzo Neal. He'll be awfully close. The Trojans say he didn't get it.
I don't think he got it either.
A little off tackle. He tried to follow Russ Hartman and Jesse Hardwick. And the Trojans sense they might try the right side, and I believe they shut it down.
Well, they run that play all day long, but I think if Neal had gone outside a little bit more, I think he had a better shot at picking up the yardage. It's going to be awfully close. They don't even measure it.
Nope, they didn't get it. The Trojans will take it over.
Well, let's see if Neal, if he had gone outside a little bit more, let's see if he would have gotten it. He turns it back up inside. Oh, there was just a wave of SC players there.
The Trojans stop them. It comes with 3:03 to play in the third period. It's Fresno State 10, Southern California 7.
A day in the sun, a friend by your side, feeling the magic, taking a ride, having a treat, moving your feet. I'm going to Disneyland. I'm going to Disneyland. Say love get hurt in a magic word. I'm going to Disneyland. I'm going to Disneyland. I'm going to Disneyland.
You may not have given side impact collisions much consideration, but Buick has. You may not know that by the year 1997, all cars will be required to meet the U.S. government's side impact safety standard, or that the Buick Regal sedan meets this standard today, 4 years in advance. But it is important information, and we think it's definitely food for thought.
In my business, my hair has to look great. And even one flake of dandruff, even one, can wreck the whole thing. So I started using new Head & Shoulders. Yeah, Head & Shoulders is new. Now it gets to 10 times more of the places where dandruff starts. 10 times. No other shampoo has this formula. Even one flake is one too many for me. And new Head & Shoulders works harder at getting them. New Head & Shoulders, because great hair can't have flakes.
Live New Year's Day at 1:30 Eastern, Bill Walsh leads his Stanford Cardinal into Joe Robbie Stadium to battle Joe Paterno and the Penn State Nittany Lions. Be sure to check your local listings for the Blockbuster Bowl, 1:30 Eastern on New Year's Day. 3:03 to play in the third period. Trent Dilfer talking things over with the coaching staff up here in the press box. Bulldogs lead at 10-7. That is Dwight McFadden. He has come in to replace Estrus Creighton. McFadden, a redshirt freshman from Lawton, Oklahoma, runs right into Sam Watson.
And Phil, this offensive unit for SC has had a lot of time to sit over there and talk amongst themselves. They go over there with their coaches, they sit down, and I promise you, they are sitting and saying to themselves, hey, we're being beaten at the line of scrimmage. We need to come out here, play strong football. We need to take charge of this football game. Let's go back and play SC football.
Mooney through the left side, the senior from Temple City, California, runs into Zach Ricks and Chris Rockwell.
Well, Ricks again in there. Good square up on the center. Don't lose control. Play back off. Get back into tackle. He just does not get knocked off his feet. He's the compact nose tackle. That's what you want. You want someone who can move along that line of scrimmage and not get knocked down.
You saw that first team All-Western Athletic Conference at his position. Dwight McFadden is hit by Watson, the strong safety, who was right up in the gap on what looked to be perhaps a strong safety blitz.
Well, it was a strong safety blitz. What happened on that play is that Fresno State is starting to gamble. They're saying, hey, we know you're going to run it ball football. We know you're going to try to control the line of scrimmage. So they're bringing a lot of safeties up, blitz linebackers, bring them up in the holes there. You see a lot of people moving to the football. They're going to play one-on-one coverage out here.
Morton splits out wide to the left. Rob Johnson, all the time in the world throws. It is caught. Morton's got it, and he pays at the 42-yard line. Johnny Johnson took him down.
Well, credit Rob Johnson that time with gathering that composure. Just what he did wrong on the play before. This time, when he starts to get flushed out of the pocket and starts to move around, see him get his feet back down, then he looks downfield and finds his receiver. That's a good job.
Johnny Morton coming into this ball game, 46 receptions, 695 yards, and 6 touchdowns. 3 wideouts to the near side for Southern California on 1st and 10. Johnson looks this side, caught by Hanna, and Hanna is hit and finally dropped at the 35. He's got a flag down on the near side of the field at the 43.
Well, this flag will probably play an important part, but what they do is they run too deep and then run one underneath.
Off it. 5 yards, previous spot.
So that flag negates the gain by SC, puts them back 5 yards.
instead of a first down at the 33-yard line, now they're back at 1st and 15 at the 49. Wallace will check out of the game, as does Bradford Benta, the tight end. Morton goes wide left. Hanna splits way out to the right. The setbacks, Mooney and McFadden. Johnson, pressure. He is going to be sacked at the 48. Zach rips the nose guard again.
Well, there Johnson goes right back to doing the same thing wrong. He's not going to run. Why take a 4-yard loss? Again, they get great pressure up the middle on him, force him to run. Now they start wrestling out here. What is this? That's Morton and Porter out there. They take each other out of the play. I don't think there's a whole lot of love lost there. Now, who's blocking who? No, wait.
Second down. 18, the ball's at the 46. Johnson flushed out again. Throws to the near side. It is caught at the 45-yard line by Travis Hanna. And he is covered instantly by James Burton. Travis Hanna. Good story about Travis Hanna. He's a senior from Inglewood. Says he got his speed from his mother, Juanita Baker, who ran track at Tennessee State. He said she was his inspiration since day one, and boy, does he have great speed. That's the end of the third period. We're coming back with the fourth and final quarter from Anaheim in a moment.
It's dawn, and war has come to the desert. Not a real war, but the most realistic aerial combat exercise in the world. It's called Red Flag. Here, dedicated professionals and the latest technology are put to the test to build teamwork, ensure readiness, and to keep the United States Air Force the best in the world.
Bullseye east 12, 27,000. 31 engaging 340. Bandit melted, head west.
If you're interested in achieving your potential and feeling the pride of serving your country, we can point you in the right direction. Aim high. Air Force.
Set for the final 50 minutes of play. And Dave Rowe, where are these high-powered offenses?
Well, it's been high-powered defenses tonight. This is amazing.
Rob Johnson, he's going for it all, looking for Hanna, and it is intercepted by Fresno State. Sam Watson. Finally brought down at the 28. What an interception and a tremendous return.
Well, Watson is the strong safety on that play, and Phil, and what he's doing is he's just playing center field. Just reading that quarterback's eyes, looking downfield, playing the quarterback. Look how quickly he reacted over there. Great playing the football. Looks it all the way in now. Get upfield. Don't fumble it. Get behind some blockers. Get positive yardage. Does a nice job running with the football once he gets it.
The red wave of Fresno State is going wild. 25,000 strong made the trek down from Fresno. And what a great interception by Watson. First down, Bulldogs at the 28. play action. Dilfer comes back sidearms to the near side. Caught by Anthony Daigle.
Well, one thing about it, Bill, is that Jim Sweeney made no bones about it. He just said, hey, this is the biggest game in Fresno State's history. We know it. We want to win it. And conversely, on the other side, the SC players were saying, hey, it's no big thing. We've been in Rose Bowls. We've been here. We've been there. So really, it's more Fresno State's emotion that seems to be carrying on.
Incidentally, Curtis Conway has just walked off the field, took off his pads. He is done for the night. Daigle once more, a first down for Fresno State.
Well, once again, Bill, we talk about a quarterback that's got 2,800 yards rushing, but they are a well-balanced offense. They run the ball very, very well. The three backs that we talked about earlier averaged over 200 yards together, so they are a football team that is balanced.
Fresno State out of the I. Dilfer over center. In motion is Daigle. Straight ahead it goes to Lorenzo Neal. Well, he was grabbed at the line by Terry McDaniels, the nose guard, and spun down. Through 3 quarters, if you were just to look at statistics, you perhaps would think Fresno State would have a big lead, 244 yards to 159, but in fact that is not the case. They have run 17 more plays than the Trojans, yet they're only up by a field goal. It's 10-7.
And there's a lot of teams would like 244 yards offense, but when you stop and think that Fresno State's averaged over 500 yards in the last 4 games, it's a subpar game for them offensively.
No catch. Michael Ross had it, couldn't hold it, say the officials. Bobbled the ball. Jason Oliver was all over.
Again, we have to bring this football in with control, and what he does is he bobbles it. Going down, he does not have control if you see the ball bounce. Excellent picture there to show that football touching the ground.
Yeah, there's a man right there, Trent Dilfer, that Jim Sweeney called the smartest and quickest quarterback that's ever played for him. And you have to stop a minute because his son Kevin was a pretty good quarterback at Fresno State.
I bet your mom didn't like that.
Oh, that caused some big problems at home. Dilfer. Oh, what a pass. Right over the middle it goes. To the 36-yard line, the tight end, Marty Thompson. His second catch of the night, good for 21 yards.
Well, when you look for heroes in this football game, I think you have to single out the offensive line. Look at the time that they give Dilfer to look downfield and find that tight end. Again, Dilfer just takes the football, stands back there, steps up in the pocket, and they are controlling some big-time rushers. We're talking about an SC team that had 52 sacks coming into this game. They averaged 5 sacks a game.
Now, Dilfer has only been sacked once by Willie McGinnis. Is putting it up for grabs, looking for Jones, and it is knocked away. Gerald Henry has played all world at left corner tonight.
You know, this may have been as good a play by a receiver to eliminate an interception. This is going to be an interception. He just really pulls the ball away from it. Look at the reaction. Oh, no, I had it. Gerald Henry said, I had an interception.
Well, Henry, just a sophomore out of Carson, California. That's only about 15 miles from here. 12 minutes and 18 seconds to play. Cold night now here in Anaheim. Quarterback bobbled the football. Now the officials say Fresno State will hold on to the ball. They'll lose a yard, maybe 2.
Well, it almost looked as if the ball was snapped early. Look at the offensive lineman. They don't move. The center's the only one that moves. Fresno State was lucky to get that football back.
So they'll lose a yard. It's 3rd down now and 11. The ball is at the 37. Go Doug! Malcolm Sebron has just checked back into the ball game. Sebron, thus far tonight, 1 catch. That's unbelievable. Dilfer looking for Sebron and overthrows him. open for a split second.
He certainly was, and I don't know what upset Dilfer, but at the tail end, he was upset. Perhaps at him overthrowing a football because he came running downfield to say something to either one of the defensive backs or his receiver. Look at the reaction. Throws down his helmet. That's what you like to see in a quarterback. You like to see a little bit of fire in his eyes. Want him to be a leader out there, and they say that Dilfer is that type of a leader.
Mahoney to punt it away. Angles it to the near side. And out of bounds it goes. He found the coffin corner. Where are they going to mark it? At the 12-yard line. 11:24 to play as Mahoney puts it out just where he wanted it. The Trojans will have it 89 yards away.
In 1908, one of the favorites in the great New York to Paris race was a motor car built by Siemens. That was then. This is now. Today, Siemens builds over 700 automotive products, from fuel injectors and microprocessors to halogen headlights. Siemens, creating technologies to keep America and the world moving in the right direction. Siemens, precision thinking.
For thousands of great values, these are the best weeks to buy at Sears. This Craftsman half-horsepower garage door opener is only $129.99 while quantities last. Or for only $199.99, have the pros from Sears install it. But hurry, Sears' best weeks to buy end soon.
At BASF, we help make carpet you can work with.
Night.
And carpet you can live with.
Honey, I'm home.
At BASF, we don't make the carpet, we make it better.
Hey, I'm traveling across America to see what makes Ace the place. Take Tom Weinmiller's Ace Hardware here in Norton, Ohio. At Tom's Ace store, you just find better ways to get stuff done. It just goes to show you, Ace is America's place for better ideas.
For thousands of great sale items, these are the best weeks to buy at Sears. All furniture and mattresses are on sale with some of our lowest prices ever, like this Lancaster sofa for just $377. That's all furniture and mattresses on sale. But hurry, Sears' best weeks to buy end soon.
11:24 remaining in the ball game. Fresno State 10, Southern California 7. We invite you to stay with us through the conclusion of this game when Dave and I will be naming our Buick player of the game. And right now it is too early to project.
Bill, I get the feeling that this is just like a sparring match going back and forth, huh? And if I'm Fresno State, I don't want to spar with SC.
Dwight McFadden tried to take it up behind Chris Polak and Joel Chrisman. And it didn't work.
Well, watch this. This is the angle the running back has. Nothing there, strong side, try to cut back, nothing there, and he has to go down. Just great pursuit by Fresno State along the line of scrimmage. You had Bell and Ricks, Sefferson there. They just were really reacting to the football well.
Zach Ricks has played one whale of a ball game at nose guard for Fresno State. Johnson. Great pat, and a late flag comes sailing in. Second pass that Estrus Creighton had in his hands and let get away.
This is going to be defensive holding. Has to be from where the flag was thrown that far back. It has to be defensive holding.
Holding. Defense.
He heard me.
10 yards. Previous spot.
You can hear the home crowd that you called doesn't like it. Hard to believe that you can be 300 miles away and be a home crowd.
That is amazing. Southern California, at last count, had sold about 7,000 tickets for this game. Fresno State, through their ticket office, sold 25,000. There's the penalty situation. Fresno State 8 now for 64. They've been whistled for 5 unsportsmanlike conducts. Johnson cut from behind and tackled. Wendell Valentine.
The only thing that really bothers me about Johnson, I know he has good mobility back there, but is that he has to, when the pass is not developed there, he needs to bring that football down, and now he loses all semblance of where he's going to pass. He's just looking to run the football. And again, the great quarterbacks, the one that really have those poise, they stop, look downfield, and they pass the ball. When Johnson starts to run, he just loses all vision downfield.
Estrus Creighton. Nick Surface had the back of his jersey and refused to let Creighton get away.
Surface with those big, strong hands. See him 91. Run along the line now. Grab it and just hold on. Wait for some help. Some of the greatest tackles that you'll ever make are with the ones where you grab a sock, grab a jersey, pull him down by something, take a swipe at his legs. Now, I don't want to undermine what everyone thinks about Johnson. He's a great prospect. He's got excellent size and good strength in that. But really, he just needs a little bit more poise in the pocket.
Dave Apolskis, the junior guard, was the first guy to get up.
Dead ball. Did they change your false start?
Yep.
Offense.
Against the guard, Apolskis.
And on 3rd down and 7, now it makes it 3rd down and about 12. That just compounds your problems. You can see the reaction, Larry Smith. He's just walking back saying, what are we going to do next to hurt ourselves?
Now Larry Smith finished the regular season 6-4-1. I'll tell you what, 7-4-1 sounds a whole lot better than 6-5-1. That's Hanna in motion on 3rd and a long 11. Creighton, 3rd drop pass in this game for the tailback.
But see, even a play selection like that, that's not going to go very far. I think there's a flag down on the play across the field. But that play wasn't going to pick up 1st down yardage. That play was only about 2 yards in front of the line of scrimmage. That play wasn't going to get a 1st down even if he had completed it.
It's going to go against Southern California. Unquestionably, the Bulldogs will decline the penalty and force the Trojans to punt it away. I tell you what, it's getting cold enough here in Southern California. It could...
Motion. Offense. Declines. 4th down.
It could snow around these parts tonight.
You're saying the snow level's working its way down to about 300 feet, and that's where we are.
Tell you what, talking about snow, I don't know about you, big guy, but I'm going skiing this winter. Going over to Bryan Head in southern Utah. Ever been there?
No, I have not.
Oh, my.
When you're 6'8", 290, you don't ski. You ever see skis that fit on size 15 shoes? They don't make them.
Those are called skis. John Stonehouse to punt it away. And he got a good one. Charlie Jones on a dead run takes it out of bounds. Well, Fresno State's going to have it at the 35-yard line with 9:01 to play in the ball game.
What can you expect from the airline with the best fares in the air? How about attentive operation agents? Exceptional flight attendants? And some of the industry's most experienced pilots, like Pat Deegan and Jimmy Cook. Plus something else the other airlines don't have. The best on-time performance, the best fares. Southwest Airlines, just plain smart.
Get your blood pumping. Hers too. Unless, of course, you stink. You don't have to if you use an Old Spice, because the pump's concentrated, and it puts more power on your pits than the leading aerosol deodorant. So it works. Big time. The proof?
Save your strength.
She's all I need.
The pump from Old Spice.
Don't let the size fool you. Give it a shot.
For great odor protection, demand proof, not promises.
All-Pro quarterback Dan Marino.
When the game is over and the pain starts, I want 2 things from my pain-relieving rub: fast relief and no odor. So I use Sports Cream, a strong pain-relieving rub that doesn't make me smell like a medicine chest. I just massage in Sports Cream for fast, odor-free relief. Cream or lotion, Sports Cream sure gets my vote for fast relief and no odor.
9:01 to play on this 9th Freedom Bowl game from Anaheim Stadium in Anaheim, California. Southern California scored first. Fresno State tied it in the 2nd quarter. Kicked the field goal in the 3rd period, and that is where we stand. Fresno State with a lead. They've got the football. A lot of shifting. Now they'll go into the eye. Dilfer calls the signals that gives to the second man. Ron Rivers, the 5'9" junior tailback from San Bernardino. Ron Rivers is a guy that man right there wanted. The only other time Larry Smith has been in this stadium was 2 years ago. He came to watch his son Corby Smith play in a high school championship game against Ron Rivers High School. San Gregonio. San Gregonio beat Larry Smith's son's team right here at Anaheim. And Larry result of that game, saw Ron Rivers and tried desperately to recruit him. Dilfer. Well, he's going to turn a sack into a gain of 3.
And Phil, if you're on the other side of the field, you're Jim Sweeney. What you're saying right now is don't make a mistake. Don't force the ball in on trying to complete a pass that's not there. Don't fumble the football. Don't have a turnover. Don't give them field advantage. They're sparring with the, it's almost like David against Goliath, and they're sparring with him, and right now they're controlling them. So he just doesn't want to make a mistake. Look at Dilfer's dirt on the front of Dilfer's helmet. Don't you love that in the quarterback? Most quarterbacks, they get the white, clean jersey, never get dirty.
Well, Fresno State has played error-free football. You saw a moment ago Southern Cal with 2 turnovers. Dilfer looking downfield, drills a sidearm pass out to the 48-yard line. Michael Ross on the receiving end. Michael Ross played his high school ball at Carson High School in Carson, California. Guess whose record he broke? A guy by the name of Wesley Walker. 15 touchdown catches at Carson.
This is 2 deep zone. See everybody dropping back zone. And what you do is you just try to throw underneath just enough yardage to get the first down. Just great play selection, great leadership by Dilfer out there. No wonder people compare him to Gino Torretta. He has the same size. He's got the strength in his arm. By the time he gets to be a senior, he's going to be a great leader too.
El Dilfer thus far 12 of 26, 142 yards, and that is a very subpar game for Trent Dilfer.
Well, more importantly, and you're right, it is a subpar for him as far as performance, but his leadership on the field, he hasn't made any mistakes. He hasn't tried to force the football in. He's playing within his own game tonight.
Well, he was not heavily recruited out of Aptos High School, just about 10 miles south of Santa Cruz. Only Fresno State, Northern Arizona, and I believe Santa Clara wanted him at quarterback. Everybody else in the Pac-10 wanted him, but wanted him to play linebacker. Trap to Lorenzo Neal. Mike Hims, the nose guard, slides over to knock him down. Boy, what a block by Jesse Hardwick.
Oh, it was a good block. He's number 70. What he has to do, he has to turn him out. That's exactly what he does. That's a good up block.
The guy he pushed out of the play was the strong side inside linebacker, Jeff Kopp. Every time I see that number 35 in Cardinal and gold, I think of Scott Ross. Like Scott Ross gave Kopp that jersey. He said, you're the next guy to wear number 35. There's the full house formation. Dilfer, play action, puts it up for grabs. It is incomplete. Intended for Marty Thompson, the tight end, who has 2 big grabs already in the ball game. Jason Sehorn, a junior college All-American out of Mount Shasta Community College, back there on the cover.
I saw that Hardwick, I thought I saw was from Garden Grove. Now, if you've got a strong arm, you can throw a stone to Garden Grove from this stadium. I bet it's not a mile down the road.
You're absolutely right. In fact, we came to the stadium across the Garden Grove Freeway. Boy, look at the cheerleading going on. Off right tackle, and look at that effort. Lorenzo Neal. He reminds me so much, Dave, of that prototypical, that throwback to those Big Ten driving fullbacks.
Yes, we talked earlier, yards after contact. Watch the leg strength that he runs with. Doesn't get his legs taken out from under him, just keeps on pulling. And on that play, he's now run 19 times for 76 yards. Strength got that first down.
Tonight, look at those numbers. 2 of 3 on the season, 16 of 20. First down, Fresno State from the I formation. Rivers into the Trojan secondary. He rambles to the 30-yard line. Jason Sehorn again is there to drop him.
I know all these offensive linemen never get credit, but I want to tell you, they are controlling the line. You see the seams that the running back doesn't have to break stride. He's running through in the upright position, too. His body's not leaning forward, just trying to run into the backup. They are controlling it up front. That's Hardwick and Hartman, Billy Scott, Cold Iron and Collins up front, controlling it.
Second down and 1. Rivers slices through the left side, and he's got another Fresno State first down. What a block by Russ Hartman. Russ Hartman, a junior guard, played his high school ball in Concord, California. That is the the 21st first down for Fresno State.
And Phil, this drive started with over 9 minutes on the clock, and we're now down to around 4:40. So they are controlling this play.
Fresno State 181 yards on the ground. No surprise on the year. They were averaging 226. Well, they may get timeout here. I think SC got a timeout in. Yeah, they did, just before the snap. Boy, Dilfer didn't like the call. He wanted that play to go. It won't. The clock stops with 4:29 to play on the ball game. The Trojans want to talk it over.
Well, I'm going out west down on the coast, 'cause the Disneyland grills are really the most. To the beach and the sand, feel the magic Disneyland. Take a roll, take a ride to a place that's all right. Disneyland is the heart of the fun in the warm California sun.
Sports fans, now you can hear both sides of the story.
Once you play the game and stop crying, you big baby. Knock it off! Knock it off!
And get an inside look at two of your favorite sports in these fascinating new videos, the secret NBA and the hidden NFL 2. Both videos are free with your paid subscription to Sports Illustrated, the best way to get inside the action for over 20 million readers. Call this toll-free number now and let your two free videos take you into two different worlds.
Hey, Bill!
Each with their own story to tell.
That's a good one for a tape.
And neither can keep a secret.
Shut up! Shut up, man! Shut up!
Call now so you won't miss out on all the fun of your two videos, both free from Sports Illustrated. And get 54 issues of Sports Illustrated for only $1.39 an issue. Save over 52% off the cover price. For quicker delivery, use your credit card. Get your two free videos, plus all the excitement of sports in Sports Illustrated. Call now.
Final 4:29 of this ninth Freedom Bowl, and just look at time of possession. Can you believe a team from the Western Athletic Conference can dominate a Trojan team by more than 12 minutes on the clock?
That's incredible, but think again. This drive started with 9:01. We're at 4:30. That means it's a 4.5-minute drive. We've run 11 plays now, and the clock just keeps on ticking down.
And that is Anthony Daigle, the junior tailback from Benicia, California. Concern beginning to register across the faces of each and every man in Cardinal and gold.
And now if you're Trent Dilfer, what you do is you look up at that 25-second clock, you let it go all the way down. You look, it's right in the end zone. You can see it's at 18-17 now. You come up there and just use that clock, just milk it. They can snap it on about 2, 3, somewhere about in there.
Lorenzo Neal is the lone setback. Trip receivers to the left side. Dilfer looking for it. It is put at the 2-yard line. Titus Winans.
Well, Winans just concentrates on this football because it's not a well-thrown ball. You can see that Dilfer didn't step forward, but look at Winans just concentrate on that football. Look it in. And watch Dilfer, this may be his best pass of the day. Falling backwards, and he throws that football with delivery.
Titus Winans, his third catch for 56 yards, and you see Dilfer turning around to this red wave at the opposite end of Anaheim Stadium, telling him he needs quiet. The offense has got to hear the signals. First and goal, Bulldogs at the 3. Touchdown, Fresno State, Anthony Daigle. Derek Mahoney from the hold of Brian Rowe. He has got it. The Bulldogs have burned 6 minutes off the clock on this 12-play drive, and they are now out in front of the Trojans 17-7.
Want to break a European's heart? Let him test drive a Buick Park Avenue Ultra for 2 weeks, then take it away. You see, the Ultra, with its supercharged engine, luxury appointments, and Buick quality, is built in such limited quantities, it's just not available in Europe yet. Want to break a European's heart? Let him drive an Ultra, then take it away.
When David and Lisa Edmondson needed life insurance, they came to see me. I'm Kent Spearman, their State Farm agent. I help the Edmondsons put together a life insurance plan that works for them and their budget. And I stay in touch as their needs grow and change because that plan has to work for their children, Rachel and Travis, too. If you want life insurance that works for you, get an agent who works for you. Get yourself a State Farm agent.
State Farm sells life insurance.
A day in the sun, a friend by your side, feeling the magic, taking a ride, having a treat, moving your feet. I'm going to Disneyland. I'm going to Disneyland. Say love gets words in a magic word. I'm going to Disneyland. I'm going to Disneyland. I'm going to Disneyland.
Bill, you said Fresno State can take a huge step in Division I football. This is a huge step. Watch this 1-yard step. Outside Daigle gets the corner, picks up a couple good blocks, just dives for the pylon, gets inside, a touchdown, and Fresno State has controlled this football game.
Take a look at the amount of time the Bulldogs burned off this fourth quarter clock. 5:36, 12 plays, 65 yards. Anthony Daigle, his 17th touchdown of the year. And what a huge one it has turned out to be. Mahoney lets it fly. That'll back down to it goes out of bounds at the half-yard line. So now, Dave, do you take it at the 35 or do you force him to kick it again? I think when you're down 10 with 3:25 to play, you've got to force him to kick it again and hope you break one.
Well, I would do that if I had my best returner back there, but I don't have Conway back there.
But you got Hannah, who can run the 40 in 4.2.
That's true. I think the decision is to bring the ball out to the 35. Well, maybe they're going to make him kick it again. Nope, they're going to bring it out to the 35.
I don't understand that.
You know, we talked about fan support. This is absolutely incredible. The entire end zone is all red. Everybody's standing up. And I understand that they had 100,000 people turn out for their baseball season.
Yeah, that's unbelievable.
That is incredible. There's the sea of red.
From the shotgun, Rob Johnson steps up all the time in the world, throws once Hannah. It's intercepted. Intercepted at the 44 by Fresno State's James Burton. The wheels are falling off of this Trojan horse.
Well, you can't throw a ball that softly on an out pattern. You've got to deliver it in there. It's good coverage. Man-to-man coverage. They play it well. Look at this. It's underthrown and it's soft.
Fourth interception by the junior corner out of Long Beach this year. His first tonight.
Now you start thinking player of the game again. Remember, I named them already. All the offensive linemen for Fresno State. They would be my offense or my players of the game. Just played great football.
The give, straight ahead it goes. And that's the kind of football that we're going to see the rest of the way as long as the Bulldogs have the football, keeping the clock running. What a game tonight by this entire Fresno State football team, offensively and defensively. And there's a guy who Rob Johnson said today on USA Today, we wouldn't even be playing these guys if it weren't a bowl game. We wouldn't schedule Fresno State.
I wonder if Jim Sweeney had that on the bulletin board in the locker room. Think that might have been on the bulletin board? Ooh.
Rivers to the 25.
Football. That's Watch what they're playing right now. There's Hardwick, 70. 69 is Hartman. You see the center, 75, Scott. They're just blowing them off the line. They're controlling the line of scrimmage. Look, there's Hardwick. He's 5-10 yards downfield, getting a second block.
Coming into this ball game, Southern California's defense, Dave, had allowed an average of 120 yards against the rush tonight. Fresno State has ripped Southern Cal for 222 on the ground.
Well, you love a coach like Jim Sweeney who just turned around and said, hey, I want to make no bones about it. This is the biggest game in our history. If we win this one, we're something. If we don't win it, well, we're just going to be thrown back into the same crowd we've been in before. This separates us.
To the 22-yard line goes Daigle. We're inside 2 minutes now. Southern California's Larry Smith devastated by 2 season-ending losses against 2 arch rivals. And quite frankly, Dave, I don't know any team in America that concluded their season against 2 arch rivals and lost them both in such difficult fashion.
Well, they could have won both football games. And conversely, on the other side of the field, Fresno State won their last 5 games.
Yeah, at one point they were 3-4 on the season. Daigle to the 5 and out of bounds. Jason Oliver took him out.
Phil Dilfer snapped that ball on 1 second on the 25-second clock. This is just get outside him. Use that speed. Nothing fancy. Make the break inside, then make it outside. Race to the corner. Picks up a couple good blocks. The receiver's giving them good blocks out there.
Daigle now 11 carries, 54 yards. His last 2 carries, 44 yards.
Well, I got to give credit there. That was Charlie Jones, and his dad stopped me out in the parking lot and said, Charlie Jones is going to do something good tonight, so you be sure to mention him.
Straight ahead it goes. Touchdown, Fresno State. What a tremendous homecoming for Ron Rivers from San Bernardino, California.
Well, look at these offensive linemen. Look at their jerseys. All of them got mud on them. This has been a tough football game from the outset. They have not been intimidated. SC is a powerful team, a powerful tradition. But Fresno State has just not been awed by them.
Mahoney. He has got it. 1:11 to play in the ball game. It's now Fresno State 24, Southern Cal 7. We pause now for these messages from our local stations. This is the Raycom Network.
Now available for the first time ever on TV, Front Row Entertainment presents a 4-tape collection of Zane Grey's favorite stories, America's best-known, best-loved storyteller of the old American West, the West as it really was, the West of cowboys and Indians. Zane Grey, author of more than 60 books. This collection includes Light of the Western Stars, starring Russell Hayden, Helltown, starring John Wayne, Border Legion, starring Roy Rogers, and Wagon Wheel, starring Randolph Scott. Normally, these videos would sell for $19.95 each. That's $79.80 for the entire set of 4. But they are available now for a limited time for only $29.95. That's right, only $29.95 for 4 VHS full-length videos of these Zane Grey classics. Buy 1 set for your own viewing pleasure and a 2nd set for a gift. Here's how to order.
Oh, get down, turn around, go to town,
Hello, watch Country Video Countdown on channel 68.
That's right, 3 times a week. Friday night at 11 to 12 midnight. Saturday morning at 9 a.m. to 10. And coming right back at you with our bad, ever-loving, good-looking self from 11:30 to 12:30 Sunday night.
This is Bobby T along with Rick Cole for Country Video Countdown. Please join us.
1 minute and 11 seconds to play on this 9th Freedom Bowl. Fresno State has exploded here in the second half and has taken a 24-7 lead. Our Buick player of this 9th Freedom Bowl, our Buick player of the game, is Jesse Hardwick of Fresno State. First team All-Western Athletic Conference. Started his 36th consecutive game, the only senior along that offensive line. And Jesse Hardwick, our player of the game, Dave, but really, he's going to get that award in the name of that entire offensive front line.
And let's tell everybody who they are again. Hartman, of course, Jason James, Josh Coldiron, and Ray Collins. Boy, they have played a great football. Ron Collins, I should say. They have played just a marvelous football game up front.
Jesse Hardwick told me yesterday, I expect to see a lot of a guy by the name of Willie McGinnis. I know I'm going to see him a lot. I'm just going to do my best. And there is Trent Dilfer, a guy I told you at the outset of our game, nobody in the Pac-10 was confident that he could be a Division I quarterback. He is going to be a load to contain next year in college football. Mahoney kicks it away, and it'll go out of bounds. And we talked also at the top of our show about that Fresno State three-back attack. Ron Rivers, Lorenzo Neal, and Anthony Daigle coming in. That trio had averaged 208 yards combined a game. Tonight, Neal 75 yards, Rivers 99 yards, Daigle 54. Quick mathematics tells you that's 228 yards for that three-back attack tonight. And the monkey is finally off Jim Sweeney's back. 0-7 while head coach at Fresno State, Washington State against Southern California. He's going to get his first win. And boy, look at the total yards tonight.
And in fairness to Larry Smith, it's awfully hard to come back when you lose 2 games like he did at the end of the season. Come back, get your team motivated. Just was not able to get it out of him.
Johnny Morton takes it into Bulldog country at the 46. Tommy Jones brings him down. Incidentally, Tommy Jones, the older brother of Fresno State's flanker Charlie Jones, a redshirt freshman, both the brothers from Lemoore, California. First down, Southern California. Johnson looking downfield, and it is intercepted again. A flag is down. Hold everything. Brian Porter's got it. The senior from Cerritos College says, I've got it.
Maybe a face mask on the tail end of the play. Interesting to see him run to the end zone and just hold up his hands and wave to the crowd.
Face mask.
The interception will stand.
Interception, first down.
Dilfer may have a hard time getting off the snap because his crowd is in this end zone and they are all standing and screaming.
Now I'm kind of surprised that Jim Sweeney isn't bringing Brian Rowe, his backup quarterback, in. He's a senior out of Tulare, California. But it will be Trent Dilfer. He'll go down on a knee. Stop the clock, I believe. Yep, they're going to stop it. No, they're not. Well, look at this. The win tonight moves Jim Sweeney into a tie with Lou Holtz for most wins amongst active coaches. Paterno, Bowden Osborne, Hayden Fry of Iowa, BYU's Lavelle Edwards. Well, that is some distinguished company.
It certainly is.
Clock continues to roll.
And if he gets a traditional dunk, he'll be awfully cold by the time he gets to the locker room.
Dilfer again down on a knee. That'll do it. Fresno State, they're going to go wild. The red wave is beside itself.
Look at all the players run into the end zone.
Jim Sweeney. He and Larry Smith, great friends. They meet in the center of the field. An emotional win for Jim Sweeney. A huge step for Fresno State. A convincing victory. Tied 7-all at halftime.
Sweeney, what's this win mean to your program?
Fresno State comes out and shuts down the Trojans of Southern California. Final score, Fresno State 24, Southern Cal 7. Back with some final comments in a moment.
When darkness and light collide, the night becomes fantastic. Presenting the ultimate battle of good and evil on Disneyland's Rivers of America. It's fantasy. It's frightening. Be there when the night ignites. Fantasmic. New at Disneyland. Everybody wants a battery that goes the distance, but you never know when they're about to run out of gas. Only Duracell has the copper top battery tester, so you can be sure your batteries will keep going down the road. You can't top the copper top.
1847, Werner Siemens opens his first factory and begins to manufacture the world's most advanced telegraph. That was then. This is now. Today, Siemens has 60 factories all across America, with over 15,000 manufacturing people turning out an astonishing variety of high-tech electronic and electrical products with quality American industry can count on. Siemens, precision thinking.
I had an awful cold. He said Drixoral.
For 10 years, pharmacists have recommended one cold medicine the most.
I could barely breathe. He said Drixoral.
12-hour-long prescription-strong Drixoral. I don't know what to take. Take it from your pharmacist. Take Drixoral.
The 1992 Freedom Bowl on Raycom Sports has been brought to you by Buick and your local Buick dealers. Remember Buick, the new symbol of quality in America. By BASF Carpet Fibers. We don't make the carpet, we make it better. And by Coors Cutter, the non-alcoholic brew that tastes so much like beer, your body knows the difference, but the mouth don't know. The Red Wave, 25,000 strong, migrated to Southern California from Fresno, and what a huge reward, what a payoff, like hitting the big jackpot at Las Vegas. The Bulldogs 24, the Trojans 7. Dave, some final comments.
Well, Phil, the entire difference in the football game is that Fresno State played error-free football. They made no interceptions and had no fumbles.
Now for Southern California, they'll be back. They return 18 of their 22 starters next year. Final score, Fresno State 24, Southern California 7. The executive producer of Raycom Sports is Peter Roll. The senior coordinating producer is Johnny Tyus. Tonight's telecast was produced by Jim Thrake, directed by Doug Freeman. Our technical director was Scott Garofo, and our associate producer was Dennis Kirkpatrick. A copyrighted presentation of Raycom Sports.
The Book Nook is your full-service Christian bookstore. We carry a great selection of books by the leading authors, gifts, cards, and wedding invitations. We also have a wide selection of Bibles, Bible covers, Christian music performance tracks, and videos like Pagan Invasion. At the Book Nook, we carry a lot of items that you wouldn't expect, like journals and diaries, and collectibles by Precious Moments and Memories of Yesterday. The Book Nook in the Eastgate Shopping Center.
Every time you reach for a cereal, you have to make a choice. Well, what if next time you had to choose between these cereals based solely on the side panels? No brand names, no fancy packages, just the plain and simple facts. You'd find only one is low in sugar, and a good source of fiber, and made from whole grain oats. Cheerios. Compare the side panels and see for yourself. Choose smart. Choose Cheerios.
You're watching WABM Channel 68, your entertainer.
Are Hades, Gehenna, heaven, and hell fact or fiction? Stay tuned for this and much more, and Jack Van Impe presents.
Presenting Dr. and Mrs. Jack Van Impe. A news team analyzing and evaluating world events, having traveled to 50 nations, interviewing 150 leaders globally. This team is qualified to report and interpret international news.
Good evening and welcome to Jack Van Impe Presents. I have a picture that I would like for you to see. Actually, it's a cartoon right now. I'll read it for you. Every pastor's secret dream. Hold it. Stop the music. I don't think you people heard me. I gave you an invitation. Now we're going to sing one more verse. Then Big Louie here is going to come out there and make the invitation a little more personal for some of you. Oh, my.
You have to laugh at that, Rexella, because you and I were in evangelism, had over 1,200 crusades, gave the invitation 15,000 different times, 10 million people attended, and if I could do it all over again, I'd use less and less pressure and let the Lord do it. Oh, so many evangelists and pastors today use gimmicks and tricks to get people down those aisles because we're interested in the numbers game. But you know, no one's going to get saved unless God does it. And I like Revelation 22:17, as this book is closed, the Spirit of God says, the Spirit and the bride say, come. Let him that heareth say, come. Let him that is athirst come. And whosoever will, let him come and take of the water of life freely. You see, no one can get saved without the Lord. All that the Father giveth me shall come to me, Jesus said in John 6:37. And he also said, no man can come to me except the Father which has sent me draw him, John 6:44. So let's let the Lord do the work. Today we're going to show you what the Bible teaches. We're going to show you there are many false preachers, false apostate men out there who blaspheme the Word of God. We'll not force you to accept our views. Whosoever will believe what we say, let him believe. As the book of Revelation says, he that hath an ear, let him hear what the Spirit saith.
Jack, you know, according to the Banner magazine, churches are getting very low marks around the world. Respondents in France, Great Britain, West Germany, the Netherlands, and Belgium expressed little confidence in religious leaders. Confidence figures were especially low from respondents in Denmark, Norway, and Sweden. I'm really saddened by this report, friends, and it really shouldn't be that way, should it, Jack?
Really shouldn't, but the problem is they've lost respect for ministers because ministers won't take a stand. It's been said that if one were to dissolve the body and get 7 bars of soap out of it and enough steel or iron to make a 1/2-inch nail, that's not much. Some of us ministers don't have enough backbone to take a chiropractic adjustment, but we are to speak out. Isaiah 58:1, cry aloud, spare not, lift up thy voice like a trumpet, and show my people their transgressions, their sins. 2 Timothy 4:2, preach the word, be instant in season, out of season, when they like it, when they don't like it, reprove, rebuke, exhort, with all long-suffering and doctrine. Oh, if Jesus were here today, he would speak out like he did in his day. No wonder they crucified him. In Matthew 23, he went after one of the denominations by name, Pharisees. And he's speaking in front of a great multitude, verse 1. Twice he calls them blind guides. Twice he calls them fools and blind. Once he calls them blind Pharisees. Then in that 23rd chapter, verses 13, 14, 15, 23, 25, 27, 29, 7 times, Rexella, he says, woe unto you, scribes, Pharisees, their denominational label, hypocrites. Listen to him, though. Verse 15. Woe unto you, scribes, Pharisees, hypocrites, for you compass, travel, land and sea to make one proselyte, one convert. And when he's made, he's become one of yours, denominationally, you make him twofold more the child of hell than yourselves. Oh. And then in verse 33, he says, you serpents, you generation of vipers, snakes, how shall you escape the damnation of hell? And you know, we need to speak out. And the public likes it when a man takes a stand, especially on the Word of God.
Because they truly want some affirmative answers, don't they,
want
Jack?
A voice of authority.
Yes.
Now, well, it could be this way, it could be that way. I get tired of that kind of preaching. I don't even want to hear it.
All right, I have a picture I'd like you to see on the screen right now. It is the cover of U.S. News and World Report. Who wrote the Bible? The surprising new theories that are coming up right now are truly, truly shocking. One, U.S. News and World Report says that Yale professor Harold Bloom has a theory, and he states this. It was editors, pious, moralizing men who created the remote, transcendent, almighty of today's Bibles. The original God, says Bloom, was as emotional and unpredictable as Lear ringing on the hearth. And the first author of the Bible was a woman.
Rick, so let me stop there. I'm not going to be judgmental. He's judgmental against this book, but I'm going to tell this Mr. Bloom what the Bible says will happen when Jesus comes. Jude 14, the Lord cometh with 10,000s of his saints to execute judgment upon all, to convince all that are ungodly among them of all their ungodly deeds which they have ungodly spoken, and all their hard speeches which ungodly sinners have spoken against him. The word ungodly there has to do with the attitude toward God and the Lord Jesus Christ, and it's here.
I certainly wouldn't have wanted to say those words about God, I'll tell you. I have another report here about by a very famous archaeologist, Nelson Gluck. He says it may be stated categorically that no archaeological discovery has ever contradicted a biblical reference. Now, there's a very affirmative answer, Jack.
But Rexella, a research center in New Jersey, just took a poll and found that only 32% of the Americans believe that this is the inspired, infallible, inerrant Word of God. Why don't we believe what God says about his own book? 2 Timothy 3:16, all Scripture, Genesis to Revelation, is given by inspiration of God. That's the Greek word theopneustos, God-breathed. Holy men of God spake as they were moved, borne along by the Holy Spirit. 2 Peter 1:20 and 21. Jesus said in John 16:12, I have yet many things to say unto you, but you cannot bear them now. Howbeit when he, the Spirit of truth, is come, my blessed Holy Spirit, he will guide you into all truth. And you know, when one studies all of the Old Testament prophets, the first chapter and the first verse always says the same thing. Listen, the word of the Lord came unto Hosea, chapter 1, verse 1. The word of the Lord came unto Joel, chapter 1, verse 1. The word of the Lord came unto Jonah, chapter 1, verse 1. The word of the Lord came unto Micah, chapter 1, verse 1. The word of the Lord came unto Zephaniah, chapter 1, verse 1. The word of the Lord came unto Zechariah, chapter 1, verse 1. This is the book that counts. Jesus said, search the Scriptures, John 5:39. And I like this, Rexella. There's a group in the Bible called Bereans in Acts 17:11, and they searched the Scriptures daily to see if those things were so. They didn't search books to see if the Scriptures were so. They judged the books by the Scriptures, and that's where we ought to stand. This is the word of the Lord that endures forever, 1 Peter 1:25.
I like that, the word of the Lord.
Amen.
Said to those men. Yeah. All right, well, the Pope certainly has set up some rules. Pope sets rules for Catholic colleges. The Pope's Apostolic Constitution requires that all Catholic teachers are to be faithful to, and all other teachers are to respect doctrine and morals in their research and teachings. They're going to respect the Bible.
Hang on to that word doctrine for a moment. I'll be back.
All right. Jack, the Calvin Board, and that's the Christian Reformed Church, clears Van Til. Van Til affirms that the Scriptures are the inspired, authoritative, and infallible Word of God. Now, this is good news.
And these Christian reformers base that upon the Belgic Confession, and I like that because I'm of Belgian origin. But I'm thankful they stick to doctrine. That's why God wrote this book. You know, I heard a television minister, and some of them say anything. They ought to study a little more. Study to show thyself approved, 2 Timothy 2:15. Say, I don't preach doctrine. I just preach Christ. Oh. Listen to me. If one talks about Christ, it's Christological doctrine. If he talks about salvation, it's soteriological doctrine. If he talks about the coming of the Lord, it's eschatological doctrine. And God wrote this book so that we might have doctrine to know how to live. All Scripture is given by inspiration of God and is profitable for doctrine. 2 Timothy 3:16. Preach the word, be instant in season, out of season, reprove, exhort with all long suffering and doctrine. For the time will come when they will not endure sound doctrine, but will heap to themselves teachers having itching ears, and they shall turn away to fables. Why do some of these ministers today believe fables, but they won't believe in the virgin birth, the deity Christ, the blood atonement, the bodily resurrection? They rather believe some trite that doesn't make sense because they don't believe the Bible. Now listen to me. Romans 16:17 says, mark them which cause divisions and offenses contrary to the doctrine which you received, and avoid them. Now, we are to love one another as brothers and sisters in Christ. Denominational labels mean nothing. But when we divert, apostatize from the doctrine of Christ, then those who divert, those who apostatize, those who turn away, we're to avoid. That's the command of Romans 16:17. In 2 John 9, it states, whosoever transgresseth and abideth not in the doctrine of Christ hath not God. He that abideth in the doctrine of Christ hath both the Father and the Son. Now watch it. If there come any unto you and bring not this doctrine of Christ, receive him not into your home for Bible studies. Neither bid him Godspeed, blessing him in any way. For he that biddeth him Godspeed is partaker of his evil deeds. Now, what is the doctrine of Christ? And from whom are we to turn away if this doctrine is ignored or mocked? Number one, that he is God from all eternity. He's from old, from everlasting, Micah 5:2. But he came in the flesh to die for us. In the beginning was the Word, but the Word was made flesh, John 1:14. He's God from all eternity. Great is the mystery of godliness, that God was manifest in the flesh, 1 Timothy 3:16. And then that he was born of the Blessed Virgin Mary without the instrumentality of a human father, Luke 1:35. The angel answered and said unto her, the Holy Ghost shall come upon thee, and the power of the highest shall overshadow thee. Therefore also that holy thing which shall be born of thee, Mary, shall be called the Son of God. That he died for our sins, 1 Corinthians 15:3. That's the gospel in that verse. Christ died, he was buried, and he rose again the third day according to the Scriptures. And that death was through the shedding of blood. Without shedding of blood is no remission of sins, Hebrews 9:22. And that's why Christ bought the church with his own blood, Acts 20:28. And that's why we have redemption through his blood, Ephesians 1:7. And when you come, the blood of Jesus Christ, God's Son, cleanses from all sin. 1 John 1:7 is the greatest verse in the Bible. And then he was buried, but he rose again, and ministers are mocking this resurrection. I don't care if you're a minister, I don't care if you're a seminary professor, if you don't believe in the bodily resurrection, you cannot go to heaven. Romans 10:9, if thou shalt confess with thy mouth the Lord Jesus, and shalt believe in thine heart that God hath raised him from the dead, thou shalt be saved. Without it, you can't be saved.
We're going to take a break right now. I got some more questions I want to ask you, very pointed ones. But because of the demand, this is, now they're telling me now, this is the last week, no matter what the demand, that we can offer you Revelation Revealed, a 5-part series on studying the book of Revelation. Please, oh, you need this in your home because of the time in which we're living. Revelation Revealed.